What is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gray.
I'm Wolfman. What's up?
This is GrindHaus on 42nd Street. And
And
it's
the
been
what?
a crazy week.
Yeah?
It's as
A
you
lot,
can
a lot
tell.
of silence there. I was expecting you to say something. You said it's
No,
been
no,
a
I
crazy week.
I'm excited for a few things. Obviously, I have a webcam now, and it's a pretty decent one. Much better than what MacBook throws or what the fucking Apple Corporation puts in their computers and laptops. Which is crazy. You think you spend that kind of money on a computer, you're gonna get like a decent fucking camera with it.
Yeah, but that thing's old.
Um, yeah, but even in 2017 or 16, the fucking camera phones or the cameras on the phones were better than this thing. You know,
I don't
I'm
know
waiting
about
to
that,
get a
but whatever.
PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. We talked before about it. What is the name of that phone company that's like huge over in Europe, but it's not allowed in
It's not in
America?
Europe. It's China. It's Huawei.
Okay, China.
Yeah.
Supposedly they have like a 100 megapixel camera in one of their cell phones, and there's like professional grade cameras like Canon and Sony that don't even have that high of a megapixel. So I don't know what the hell they're doing to their cameras over there.
They have
Um,
everything they make is like super high end, but it's just like littered with spyware and other bullshit because it's the Chinese government stuff.
yeah,
We get
so they
into
want to make sure they're keeping an
yeah.
eye.
Yeah, because they
um,
they like track everything. Because like during the whole pandemic thing, like I forget the exact number. I could be off by a bunch or low, but like by a bunch. But it was something like 2 million phones signals disappeared. So there were like, their death numbers were a lot higher. There was this big conspiracy.
really?
Yeah, in China, like they just disappeared off like off the planet, off their tracking and whatnot, and they were like, a bunch of people died, whatever, blah blah blah. And then it could have been like a lot of people had two phones because like cell phones are like a lot bigger than they are than here, even though everything's
Okay,
regulated. Because hence the
right.
mobile gaming over in China, like that's where this mobile gaming garbage is coming from and ruining our games now or companies or whatever because there's so many people in China and they do a lot of mobile gaming. So
And
they're
like microtransaction and all
yeah,
that
well,
stuff was based off of.
sometimes yeah, sort of. I mean, it's a little both, but I'm talking like with like games like Diablo and Gears of War and stuff like these big franchises are now getting mobile
Game
games, and they're
games
not
that
they're
we
not
used to have for
focused.
consoles.
Yeah, they're not focused on making consoles so much or 100%, which is why the quality of these games are going down, and they're because
That's right.
they're spreading out into all this other stuff. But yeah, like something like 2 million or something. So there were some people were saying it's because they had two phones, and they couldn't afford to keep both of them up. Some people are like more people died than China's hiding their death tolls, and we just
I
we just went into Eddie Bravo conspiracy theory land
Yeah.
right now. But instead of our movie, sorry
Well, no, no,
folks,
no.
but yeah,
It makes sense though with the movie that we're watching today. It kind of makes sense.
sort of. It's got that little bit of Big Brother thing going
Uh
on.
huh. Yeah, absolutely. And with technology
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, if before we go down this rabbit hole, we are watching our first real. Is it fair to say that our
First
first
full
real like
on sci-fi, yeah,
action movie?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's horror movies that have action elements in it, um, but this week's movie is straight up like no thrills, action, sci-fi.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
it's it's a hodgepodge of a bunch of other movies kind of put together.
what was the list that you found this on?
It was they listed it as like Terminator ripoffs, but it's not really a Terminator ripoffs necessarily. I you know
It it has elements that are shared, but I wouldn't
yeah
categorize this as a blatant Terminator ripoff. Not like the 1990 college-made shot-on-shitio movie, which is literally called Terminator, where some college students, to the best of their abilities, made the entire Terminator movie and shot it with like a handy cam. It's not like that. It just has, yeah, there's robots and there's conspiracy and, no time travel.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yet.
not yet.
There's apparently there's like 7 sequels to this. Apparently, I didn't realize. So it's a mix of the $6 Million Man, which was a TV show in 1974, a little bit of Escape from New York, a little bit of Terminator, a little bit of RoboCop. Like it's got a little wide variety. They're listed as actual influences on this movie. That's what I was looking for, the actual list.
The RoboCop thing actually kind of falls in a little bit more than Terminator, I believe.
Well, Terminator because of the cyborgs, and then the machines are trying to take over and kill all the humans. That's kind of, we have that in here. We have the RoboCop with the whole cyborg cop. Yeah.
Yeah, how much man is left and how much is machine and that kind of aspect.
Like the bomb in his shoulder, and he has to do the mission, whatever. It's Escape from New York, and $6 Million Man is basically the same thing. He's like half man, half.
Yeah, they rebuilt him.
After a military accident, he crash landed. They rebuilt his legs and I think an arm or something.
Yeah, I think it said in the beginning of the movie it was like 85.5% still man or whatever, which that number changes drastically after that scene, so it's whatever. The movie is called Nemesis, and
from 1992.
It's from 92.
Yep.
Yeah. Although it might not have had releases until 93.
It didn't have a release in the U.S. till 93 and 2010 in the U.K., apparently.
Jesus Christ. Could you imagine, like, 2010, like, Avatar's already out, and then this movie pops out, and they're like, oh, let's check this out. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, I think it's more the lines of it probably got lost.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't get a release for violence, because this was heavily edited for violence. Apparently, there's a couple different versions floating around. We'll get into we'll talk a little later about that. And, yeah, probably because of violence, and then it's one of those smaller, B movies. This is what an actual B movie is, especially back in the day. This is like a straight up, had a very small theater release.
Yep.
And, then straight to video and was played on, like, all the
syndication through, like, TV channels.
Yeah, TV channels, fucking, HBOs and Cinemaxes and,
Matter of fact, like, did you have any of the premium cable channels growing up, like Cinemax, HBO?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
So we had Cinemax for a while. Never had
Skinemax.
HBO. Yeah, that was the beauty of it. But also, Cinemax would get these type of movies on the regular.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
like,
this is like the outskirts of the Skinemax a little bit, because there is some nudity and boobs and pretty women, with the action and stuff, like, but it's not really like the Skinemax we're joking about, where it was like the Shannon Tweed movies and the revenge porn, like fake, softcore mystery thriller dramas, whatever.
I would say if Cinemax aired 10 movies, one of those movies in that 10 movie block would have been like a blockbuster movie at one point, and the other 9 were all like
they had
budget
they had like
known.
the certain time, like once you got it past 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But even growing up, when I was younger, I mean, you're a little bit younger than me, but we had USA Up All Night with Rhonda Cher or whatever. But like they actually used to show nudity in some of those because it was after 11 o'clock.
See, that's crazy. I couldn't imagine a basic cable channel showing.
Yeah, it was but it wasn't like considered a basic cable channel then, though. It was still considered like.
That was almost a premium.
It wasn't a premium, but it wasn't like it wasn't like an HBO or whatever, but it was somewhere in between.
It wasn't your local channels.
No,
it wasn't like UPN or
it wasn't
ABC,
like now
NBC,
where
Fox.
you're gonna get like USA and certain channels like
Comedy Central, Spike,
with
Discovery,
with like your basic cable pack, and then you order the other stuff. It's all broken up. You have like sports packages, movie packages, this package, premium movie packages, whatever. But yeah, so. I was a little spoiled when it came to the cable when I was a kid. I didn't have like one of those decoder boxes or anything like a lot of people did. The descramblers, but yeah, I had a lot of TV. I've actually seen this. It turns out, I barely remember it, but like the end of this, I'm like, oh, dude, I've seen this. Like, the beginning of it didn't ring a bell though.
Well, a lot of the movie could have been like the same as other movies. Like there's definitely a lot of shots in the movie that mirror any
Yeah.
other standard action movie. But yeah, the ending is pretty rememberable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember seeing a lot of my first like non-major Hollywood movies because we had Cinemax, you know? And actually, the first time I ever saw From Dusk Till Dawn was it came on Cinemax. And I don't
I might have seen that
remember.
on HBO first, actually, personally,
Was
or
it
rented. I'm not sure.
was that movie big in theaters when it came out, or did it have like a limited release and then it blew up? Or
I don't know, because obviously Reservoir Dogs came out first,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
that got huge.
And
So
then
like
what?
Dust Till
Pulp
Dawn, I think Dust Till Dawn came first.
before Pulp
I
Fiction?
think I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Well, we will be finding out here shortly because actually Dust Till Dawn is one of our upcoming
Yeah,
movies.
I kind of just want to look right now just for talking
Yeah.
sake, but
Yeah. But it's cool. If you guys didn't know, we actually, on our Discord page, we have our own little private list, and we have movies picked out all
no,
the
Dust
way
Till
to
Dawn came out
episode
after,
25.
2 years after. Sorry.
Yeah, because I remember Pulp Fiction
I thought it might have came out first. I wasn't sure. Yeah.
So, was Pulp Fiction 94?
Yeah, 94. Reservoir Dogs is 92. Pulp Fiction 94. Dust Till Dawn
And then
96.
96.
For
And
some
then
reason,
Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I really
Yep.
thought that was.
Well,
Yeah. Well, technically,
I
he helped write the story for Natural Born Killers after Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do remember John Travolta's career kind of got a up boost from Pulp Fiction, and that's why in the mid 90s you saw him in like Michael and Face Off. Like he was in a lot of stuff in the 90s, but I think Pulp Fiction is what actually bumped him back up because the
Yeah.
80s were not kind to John Travolta.
Not after Grease. Yeah, he had that failed fucking Battlefield Earth, the fucking that Scientology movie. That's what that was based
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah,
Based
Battlefield
on,
Earth
it's based
is a
on the
complete L. Ron
Scientology.
Hubbard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
It was fucking bad. It was really bad. I mean, some
That
of
might
it
be something
some-
worth covering
Some
at
of it,
some
some
point.
of it looked cool, but it was bad. Yeah, it might be
No,
worth
it-
going over just because of how bad it was.
It was
but-
a high budget
yeah,
movie.
Yeah,
They dumped a lot into it,
Yeah.
you know, especially with Hollywood and Scientology. Yeah, I mean, they went all out, but the story was all over the place because they tried to be the most faithful to the adaptation from the book. But if you've ever read any of L. Ron Hubbard's stuff, it's all over the fucking place.
yeah. I haven't read it, but I know. I mean,
Yeah.
I know enough from
Yeah.
South Park and people.
Yeah. South
know?
Park actually nailed it. They
Yeah,
got it like
yeah.
yeah, damn near perfect.
I didn't watch it, but there's that Leah Remy did that thing about
Mm-hmm.
because she left and got death threats and all sorts of crazy shit. Like,
There's
but-
actually a few
but
other
supposedly it's supposed to be
celebrities-
really good though. She has that whole like 10-part series or whatever, 8-part
Yeah.
series.
Yep. I think it's called Leaving Scientology
Yeah,
or
something
something.
along those lines. Yeah.
But definitely check that out. There's actually another celebrity kind of who's going through the same thing. The lead singer of the Mars Volta. Him and his girlfriend left Scientology.
I mean, not that I would know who. I mean, I know who Mars Volta is. You know, like, but I
Well,
I couldn't.
well,
pinpoint,
hear me out,
Hold on,
though.
hold on. I couldn't pinpoint their music or anything. But you'd be shocked at how many people are actually Scientologists when you look into it because they hide.
Oh, it's massive.
crazy. I had no idea. Like half of the people were fucking. Yeah.
So listen to this. Danny Masterson
yeah, I
was
know.
their
I know,
neighbor.
Yeah. Well, he's. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Scientologist.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they started finding like poison dog treats in their yard and like broken glass and stuff, like traps set when they were trying to leave Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, like Danny Masterson started like avoiding them like the plague, like just stopped talking to them. So all this stuff happened right when they're leaving. And there's a couple good YouTube videos on
Yeah.
it if you guys are interested. And it sucks because I always thought Danny Masterson was like a cool
Well,
guy. You know what
yeah, but I think that he supposedly tried to leave too, at one point in time, which is why he supposedly got hit with that sexual assault allegation thing, and
which ruined the ranch for him.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I mean, I still watch the ranch. It's still funny because
Yeah, I love it.
who they replaced it with. That show starts off pretty bad though. It really takes
does.
it takes about 6 episodes to really like get going, because it just felt like forced. The chemistry wasn't there, It took a
It
little
wasn't
bit.
built yet.
Yeah, it took a little bit for the chemistry to get in. It seemed like forced. They like overacted. They didn't have that mesh, but they did get it. The show's good. But when he left, some of the show, the heart of the show, left too. Though, like
Yeah.
they had such chemistry, the family with him in it, and then
Well, Danny Masterson and Ashton Kutcher, even on that '70s show, had a very good relationship. So like
Yeah.
they play off each other well.
well, which is
And
why
like
the other
they
guy
tried to
came in.
yeah, Wilmer Valderrama, Fez.
No,
They
no,
tried
no,
to put
no.
him
The
in-
dude that replaced him though is he came in towards the late. He's married to.
Yeah. Who was his replacement?
No. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. He's married to Kristen. Is it Kristen Stewart or one of the Kristen? Whatever. I don't fucking. The girl from
Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell. Yeah, she's the girl
Okay.
from the fucking Heaven show with Ted Danza, whatever. Ted Danza, whatever. That fucking. Supposedly it's funny, but I can't think of the guy's name. But he was in that '70s show. He replaced Foreman when he left, sort of.
Is it Dak Shepard?
Yeah, Dak Shepard. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's all part of that clique. So when he came in, it works, but it's not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been great to have him in there with Danny Masterson.
Yeah,
It would have been,
it's something else. Another character.
So, I mean, spoiler alert, because I haven't seen the newer seasons. How did they get rid of Danny?
They don't really show it, but that fucking douchebag from the trailer, whatever the guy that's like the ex of the girl he was dating, the fucking mother
Yes.
or whatever of her Colt's ex-girlfriend's mother or whatever, he supposedly killed him.
Wow.
Or like ran him out of town or something and like sabotaged his bike, or he got in an accident leaving town or whatever. They made
But
this whole
they
little
killed
story.
him off.
Yeah,
He's dead.
they never found his body. But like he went off the edge of the road off his bike. So they like insinuate that he might have tampered with his bike.
So they
He
very
didn't-
well may bring him back at some point.
They could theoretically bring him back because they never found his body. He could be like living elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like they didn't, I guess they had a funeral and stuff. I don't know. It's going back a couple seasons now, but I don't.
Yeah, I have to get caught up. I do. It's been a
But,
while, but
yeah.
I like doing that. I like not watching something for a while
Yeah.
and then watch like 3 or 4 seasons all at once. The only thing I couldn't do that with was Breaking Bad. Like once I started, that show is literally like meth. Like as soon as you start watching it, you
Well,
cannot
once you get
stop.
through the first season, not that the first season's bad, but it really picks up after that, and you get hooked.
Yeah, you need the first season though. You do.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
set up everything.
No. I'm
Yeah.
saying like after the first season, though, you're like hooked.
Yeah.
It takes like 4 or 5 episodes. You got to grind through a little bit. It's not the
Yeah.
greatest at first, but then like all the characters get set in place. You get Jesse in there and everything, and they start cooking,
Yeah.
and then you're like, boom, sucked right in. But yeah, a lot of people had a hard time getting through the first like 6 episodes, 4 episodes, and quit the show. But that's where they messed
mom-
up. If you gotta, not
My
that
mom has tried watching
I never
it.
thought they were bad. I couldn't understand, but I get it. Like it just takes a little bit to set up.
It's worth it though. That's what I try to
Yeah.
tell him. Like my mom's tried watching it now 2 or 3 times, and she'll make it to the 3rd episode, 4th episode. She's like, "Oh, it's so slow." I'm like, "Mom, listen, just go through the first like 6, 7 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and if you make it that far and you still don't want to watch it, okay.
Yeah, you'll
but I
shut up,
guarantee
yeah.
you will. I guarantee you will."
Yeah, and part of it is like his family just sucks. That's a lot of shit with his family. I hate his family. His fucking kid and wife. They should just kill them off. I mean, I get why they're still there, but you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, but no, it would have made it way more interesting.
God, it would have
fucking
been so much
TV
better.
show.
Yeah, they fucking suck. They're all terrible. It's like The
Yeah.
Walking
His-
Dead and Carl and fucking. And then,
his kid.
Yeah, his kid and and then his wife before she fucking drove that car. And,
Oh, I was so
I know,
happy
I
when
know.
she
all fucking cheered. Shane should have lived, and they should have killed off the kid and the fucking wife and kept Shane around and just had him go off in his own little offshoot. But they had to kill him off, unfortunately.
and then like he would have like met up eventually with them and like worked again. Like they would have been like feuding factions.
yeah,
or something like that.
that would have been cool. They could have been a feuding faction, or maybe they joined together to take out like the sheriff or something, or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they feud after that, or maybe they have an
Yeah,
uneasy like pack to take him out, and then they go their separate ways again or whatever. You know, who knows?
Or it's like, once we take care of this, then we can take care of whoever, me or you, like fight to the finish.
Yeah.
But like they got to work with each
Yeah.
other. Now, that's another TV show that I stopped watching.
So did I. I'm not even through.
Supposedly Negan is like a good guy
I know,
now?
that's what I'm saying. I didn't even get that far.
What?
He's like, yeah, I guess he's like the new Merle, I guess, because you know how Merle was always like flirting the
I like
lines of.
Merle.
I know, but I'm saying, you know how he always flirted the lines
Yeah,
of like
yeah, absolutely.
good and bad, even though the brother was better.
Yeah,
Daryl. Daryl was like a little more good. He still has that other side to him, but he's way more choir boy than fucking Merle was. You know what I mean?
yeah. I think Daryl plays a good anti-hero.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'd be a good straight-up villain.
No, that's where Merle was more of the villain.
Yeah, yeah.
He was almost an anti-hero, not quite. He was more on the villain side, but with a good heart ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
I might get back into that again one day.
I just can't. It lost its charm for me. I'm just not even gonna bother. Supposedly it's better now with the fucking zombie mask wearing people. These people, they wear zombie faces over themselves, and they act like.
So they don't get attacked?
I don't know. They're just these zombie people. They blend in, or what? I don't know. Fucking know. I have no idea. It's like seasons ahead of me. It's like three or four seasons ahead of me.
Luckily, today's movie is a little bit easier to follow. And before we get into your standard part, we gotta at least tell you, check out our Patreon.
Oh yeah,
we
have this earlier.
Yeah, I know. We have exclusive content. We have early content. Pretty soon, actually, we're going to have even exclusive merch. We're going to have like special Patreon shirts. So only members of our Patreon can buy them and represent us and,
well,
feel
we
special.
should have hopefully 2 tiers of merch where Patreon only can get, and then there's our highest tier where it's a specific shirt for them.
Yeah, you will actually have like your own GrindHaus shirt.
It's
right?
something we've been working on. We just want to, we kind of half-assed released, I guess we could say, some stuff previously, but we really just wanted to release some, like, even if it's less stuff, like better quality for our viewers, instead of...
Yeah, I mean, like, technically we could flood the market with like 40 different types of shirts.
Yeah.
But it's like, what's the point compared to doing a limited run of certain t-shirts that, once they're gone, they're gone. So... maybe in 2 years from now, if this thing blows up, you're going to have one of the original shirts. I mean? No one else is going to have that. I think that's always something cool to hold on to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we got to do at least one Serial Killer Academy shirt for the Patreon people, then like a regular GrindHaus only.
Yep.
So
I actually do have a couple I'm actually wearing a Serial Killers Academy shirt right now.
Yeah, those are cool, though. I do like those. Those, when you make those, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, so I think maybe I can reprint a few of these, and maybe we'll run with it. Who knows?
Figure it out.
Obviously, YouTube is going to be our main output. Yes, we will be on Spotify and Apple and Google Podcasts and all that, but YouTube's it's so much easier. It's so much easier. You don't need everyone has YouTube on their phone, so you don't have to download Spotify or anything like that. You open it up, you watch the video. If you only want to listen, and you don't have YouTube Premium where you can lock the phone and still listen, then yeah, we'll be available always, at least on Spotify. So those are going to be like the main two.
I mean, technically you can listen to the YouTube still and not have Premium.
Yeah, but can you lock your phone and put it in your pocket? Because that was like one of the reasons.
No, but you could still technically listen.
Oh yeah, you can listen to it without watching. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can just set it off the side.
Yeah, you can set it off the side or whatever.
Totally do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I didn't even know that was an option on Premium. I had no idea.
Yeah, they treat it because they actually have YouTube Music as well, which is basically like Spotify.
Well,
but yeah,
YouTube
they just
might
want to
go
make
crashing and burning soon. We'll see. Spotify might be hitting that market of video.
Do you want to get into that real quick before we?
Well, I mean, everyone's talking about it. Might as well.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's give it a couple minutes.
Joe Rogan signed that anywhere between $100 and $200 million contract for 2 years. There's different leaks, different sources are saying more than the other, but maybe it's that extra. If he re-signs, maybe that's what they're adding into. If he re-signs, it's another $100 million for another 2 years. He has an option.
I heard that after the first year, they'll give him the option for an extension for another 2 after he finishes 2, and it'll be another 100.
Yeah.
So it could be up to $200 million.
Well, yeah, but someone also said it was $200 million just for the first part now. It was updated. So I mean, that's from Tim Pool, and he's pretty close with Joe. So I don't know if he got that. I don't know if he got that number from Joe, because I just watched the video of Tim Pool talking about Joe's deal, and they had like, because fucking Alex Jones was talking about it and other shit. So it was just like,
yeah.
And then he's like, then he's like, after about 15 minutes in the video, it was almost a half hour long. He's like, I just got off the phone with Joe. He's like, Alex is making things out to be way, like he's exaggerating big time. He's pulling.
He has a tendency to fucking do that. But yeah, so Spotify is doing their own video platform.
It seems it's not 100% of the video, but he's definitely going on for audio. But it seems like they're going to try to break into the video market also. No one's 100% sure, but that's what it seems like.
Well, all of Joe Rogan's stuff will be available come September on Spotify.
Yep.
And then he's still going to be on YouTube and stuff until January of next year, in which all of his stuff will be pulled from YouTube from his main podcast channel.
Except for the Clips channel.
The Clips channel will remain. Yeah. Spotify has no problem with that as long as it's not the full episode. So he'll still be pulling income from the YouTube channel as well. But if this video thing with Spotify does roll through, I would love to be on board with that from the beginning.
Well, see, because Joe didn't say 100% specifically, but Tim was talking about how there's less of an issue of like copyright and demonetization, because like a lot of channels are getting demonetized even if you just curse now.
Yep.
Like, even though it's not child-friendly stuff, but us just saying fuck constantly, I'm going to say it right now, but we're not big enough to where we're getting monetized on here.
But it's the censorship that I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, and that's could be a big reason why he moved. And they sort of talked about it, but he didn't outright say it maybe.
But one of my biggest reasons is when YouTube openly, like, YouTube's been fucking around with people now for a while, and I know people who've been to Vimeo, they moved, and even Pornhub. Like, I know YouTubers who are on Pornhub right now because YouTube is not treating their people the best.
I suppose a lot of gun channels want the Pornhub.
Yes.
Because the gun channel, like, you would literally just, like, one day your channel's there, no strikes, no nothing, you'd wake up and YouTube deleted your account. Because they didn't like you, just fucking boom, gone. I mean, that could happen to us tomorrow because we're talking about this now. So
right, but when YouTube openly said that they will be demonetizing videos that talk about the virus, I immediately lost my shit, because at first it was like a conspiracy, like, oh, all these videos are getting demonetized because they talk about coronavirus, and like then finally YouTube came out and they said, well, we think it's a sensitive subject right now, and it's like, what the fuck does that matter? But yet you're let all these
news channels spit out whatever the fuck they want because they're a news but so Tim brought up a good point in the episode, and again, we're going on a little longer than we want to, but I feel this is a good point.
No, absolutely.
Alex Jones got banned. I'm not supporting Alex Jones. I think he's a fucking quackpot. He's a fucking whatever. He is right.
But he has the freedom.
He has the freedom to say what he wants, but he is a fucking quack. He is right. He is right about like 1 out of every 40 things he says, though, which is crazy. But it's scary because he's. I guess if you spit enough things out, eventually you're going to be right.
Exactly. Or you throw enough sunflower seeds, something's gonna grow.
Yeah. No, but I mean, also, I guess you talk to enough people, eventually someone's telling you the truth
Yeah.
somewhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but he has a tendency to exaggerate things and whatever. But anyway, so he got demonetized, but the problem is I think YouTube was making a ton of money off him, and they wanted to keep him, but because of the outcry, he ended up getting banned, and then everyone banned him, whatever. But then Joe throws him on. Joe warns YouTube, and he's like, hey, I'm having Alex on, whatever. And they're like, okay, and they let him keep the monetization on his video. Joe pulled in over 17 million views on that podcast alone. It's his highest viewed podcast, I think, ever. And then YouTube's like, yeah, sure, have him on. So then they're like, don't be mad at us. Joe had him on. We're not the villains. So it's like they knew they were going to make money. Like, they kept him monetized. They could put their ads on there. Like,
right. But they don't have a problem with Alex Jones being on anyone else's channel, but he
No,
can't
and
have
some
his
other
own
on
channel.
other channels, some other channels aren't allowed to have him either. But because Joe's so big, they knew they're guaranteed they're going to make a ton of money on him. They
So
were still
only if they're going to make enough.
that's the whole thing.
See,
That's the fucking word hypocrisy.
hypocritical.
Yeah. Of YouTube with Alex Jones. It's like they didn't want to get rid of him, but they did because of the social push. Because they knew they were
But if they
making
could
money
still-
off on him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Like on a
and if
big
they can
enough
still make
channel,
money-
the,
Yeah.
we'll pull him from these little channels because they're not getting enough money to keep everyone happy. But when he goes on a channel like Joe, it's like, there's nothing we can do. We got our hands tied on this one. It's like,
Well, they know that they're not
getting your
going to
money.
take Joe off.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And Joe's leaving anyway,
Yeah.
so what good did they fucking do anyway?
Yeah.
You know?
And that's part of the reason is because they're so hypocritical.
Yeah, it's a shame when you have such a massive company that favors one political spectrum over another, and it's Facebook, and with YouTube being owned by Google, it's also Google and YouTube. And this has been proven that Google panders to the left. Because if you try to type
also
in things...
Google panders to China now. A lot of companies are pandering
Right.
to China, Disney,
Right.
Google. Because if you can't get your movie in China, so they're editing movies or taking stuff out because if China doesn't like it,
It's such a huge market,
market now because they have so many people there. That's like it used to be just like your gross in the States was huge for your movie release, and whatever you got internationally was like great.
extra.
Now it's the other way around. It's like what you gross in China is your main, and then
They
if you
say
gross in the U.S., it's like all right.
They're more worried about your worldwide box office than they
Yeah.
are your domestic. And here's just an example. If you try to go in Google and type in something negative about Planned Parenthood, like if you go on Google and say, Planned Parenthood hypocrisies or Planned Parenthood lies, the first 10 links that pop up are all Planned Parenthood and why they're great. How does that happen with Google, with millions of websites? How is that the case?
I don't know.
I'm not saying I'm pro-life, pro-choice.
It's their YouTube shadow banning stuff. They don't actually ban your, but they hide you in the algorithm. They don't let you get out there. But
so hopefully Spotify picks up their shit, and there's a mass exodus, and hopefully we can be on the first, group of people who are on there, and we'll fucking sell the shit out of it. Hey, we're telling you now, Spotify might be the shit. Who knows?
you never know. But anyway, so back to our movie. Machines trying to murder human race, the humanity.
I mean, it's the future.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, we're not going to be around for it, but it might happen.
Well, you don't know.
Hey, sign me up for those cyborg parts. That's all I'm saying.
They might have something in the future that could extend our life period long enough that we do live for it. So, who knows?
And we'll be on other planets, hopefully by then, because if that happens, this planet's going to be overpopulated and sucked dry and turn into a toxic waste pit for how many millions of years before it fixes itself.
Oh my God. It'd be too far gone.
That's what I mean. No, this planet will fix itself. It's done.
Yeah,
it'll
but
do it. It'll be millions of years will pass though, just like it has.
It cannot be with human interaction.
Yeah,
it needs to do it on its own.
It needs just like when it hits
rebuild the atmosphere, and
just like when it's got its ice ages and its flood ages and it's when it was like a desert age, like all the whatever. It
volcanic ash in the sky all the time, blocking out the sun.
It changes. It changed. It took millions of years. Anyway, so I want to do this in reverse order. I want to go over some of the bigger name actors that were in this, but are just in there for like a second or just like a scene or two.
I noticed that, and it's kind of weird.
But they weren't big then, though. That's the thing.
That's the case.
And then work our way up to the director. Or we should just do the director first, real quick.
We should do the director.
Then
we should do the bigger actors, even though they're not the stars of this film.
No.
And then,
but it's just funny how like there's bigger actors that are someone's now in a way. Yeah. And then there's actors that you'll know from a ton of like these type of movies because they do a lot of them.
Oh,
and then some of them have crossed over to regular bigger movies here and there, but they're mostly known for these type of movies and whatnot. And then
right.
Then we'll get into the trivia and the usual stuff.
Yep.
All right, so our director is Albert Pune, which we've highlighted him before.
Yeah.
Where was it? What year was that? Fuck. Shit, what year was that? Where is it on here?
What year was what?
I don't know. I could have swore. I don't know. I can't see it. There's so many fucking movies. Just being retired. I could have swore he directed this one too.
Which one?
No, for some reason I thought he did Man's Best Friend.
Oh.
Which is why I found out about him. But that might be the other guy that I'm thinking of. I might be confusing these guys now that we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Right now. Oh, that's Kevin Yeager, I think. This
right.
He didn't. I don't think he just did the effects. Yeah, why did I think he directed that movie? I don't know. Anyway, but this guy did do a ton of movies with Tom Matthews, who we did our interview with. Tom Matthews in like 11 of his movies. It's crazy. He just, they get along. They make movies together. They liked each other. So he got his start in '82 with Sword and the Sorcerer, which is like a kind of a cult classic. We might have to go through it. I'm sure I've seen it. I don't remember it. It's done some other stuff here, but the first one that vaguely hits anything is Alien from L.A., which is one Tom Matthews talked about when he was with Kathy Ireland.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
And they had that, whatever. But the first real movie that I know him from that really hit me was Cyborg with Van Damme, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Okay. That's 1989. So he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies before that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, I mean, this guy... So there's Cyborg in '89, and then he did the shitty...
Hold on. I just wanted 30 seconds. I see in 1990 he did the Captain America
That's what I was getting.
movie.
That's what I was about to talk about.
Right. So there is an awesome review. I think, the Cinema Snob, Brad Jones. When you guys are done watching this, type in Captain America, Cinema Snob. He breaks that movie down to a point where the review is better than the actual fucking movie. But it's trash.
No, it's bad. It's like, it was like the Spider-Man movie at the time. There was one, I believe, or a TV show or something that was really bad. And then there was the Nick Fury movie that was really bad with David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury. Like, so it was not kind to Marvel in this era. They had the Punisher movie with Dolph Lundgren, which ended up being a good movie, but there's no Punisher logoing really anywhere except for like a skull and a knife, and it barely resembles the Punisher skull. But the story's there. He fights the Yakuza, his family died. Like, everything's there. It's just not...
It's not the one like you would think with Travolta or the one after
even though I don't
Warzone.
think that's really a Punisher movie either, but that's like the...
No,
they're
but at least
like
it had
the two opposites.
licensing.
Yeah, had the licensing, and then Warzone was definitely a Punisher movie. But we just
absolutely.
suffered from other things. But so it was 1990. What?
You also have the Fantastic Four movie.
Oh god,
out.
back then too. Yeah, there was that. There's so many Fantastic Four. But they just tried so hard. They just needed to give it a rest.
Yeah,
just kill it.
Bury it.
So this guy did Kickboxer 2, which stupidly killed off fucking Van Damme in the beginning credits to actually show Tom Post shoot him. It's in the opening credits. I'm not spoiling it for anyone. And then
if you've seen them,
and then the brothers. He has other brothers because in the first one, Tom Poe broke the one brother's back, and then so Van Damme trains to take it. And then apparently he had like 2 other brothers, or whatever. So I think that's the one where Cody from Step by Step, that character, the little hippie van guy, takes over.
Oh, so he takes over from the second one?
I think it's the second one. Yeah, yep. Sasha Mitchell.
Okay.
Yep. So he takes over in the second one, and then I'm not sure. He might have did up until 4, and then I think there's a 5th one that someone else is in now. I think he did 3. I know that. Sasha Mitchell's in 4 also. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause he had the longest run with the series. I think.
Longest run.
Good for him.
Yeah. So then there's Blood Match, which is another shit. And then he did Doll Man, which is Full Moon, which
Haven't
is
seen it.
Tim Thomerson, who's in this movie. He plays Farnsworth.
Okay.
It's one of the big roles that he had. It's a pretty decent series, sci-fi. He's like literally like a dude from outer space, but he's like 8 inches tall, if that, or 6 inches tall. He's like he's like an action figure size. He's Doll Man. Like he's a cop from. And then because they have Doll Man versus Demonic Toys eventually as a movie, and then they have because I have it up here. That Doll Man and then Doll Man versus Demonic Toys, and then Demonic Toys. It's a box set.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Then Nemesis in '92. There's some other stuff in here, but they need to bring what?
Okay, yeah, you said there's some other stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about before Nemesis. There's a one other movie.
Yeah.
It's a TV series, whatever. Then there's Brain Smasher, a love story.
Never heard of that,
dude. Brain Smasher, a love story. It's fucking Andrew Dice Clay and Terry Hatcher.
Oh, that's probably why I haven't seen it.
Dude, it's amazing. It's so good.
Fuck Andrew Dice Clay. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's amazing. It's fucking perfect role for him. It's awesome. He fights fucking... He fights
number 26.
Fights ninjas, man.
Episode 26. We'll do Brain Smasher.
I'm just saying he fights ninjas. Then he had Kickboxer 4. Someone else, I guess, did Kickboxer 3.
Wait.
What?
Then he did Hong Kong 97.
So you actually know what this is?
I know what this is. Have you seen it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'd have to actually see it, but...
So, it has Robert Patrick, the T-1000.
Oh, and it's Byron James, the guy we were just talking about. Tim Thomerson, also.
Yep. It's your very basic...
Oh, it has Andrew Didoff. Okay.
Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
This movie came out in 94. It's called Hong Kong 97.
I might have seen it. I just...
It kind of predicts the future of what actually happened in Hong Kong in 97, which it's a whole theory breakdown, no big deal. But then, one of the worst games ever made for the Super Nintendo and in all time is called Hong Kong 97, where somebody made a game not connected to this movie at all, where all you do is like a top-down shooter. And then, like, the final boss is, like, the president of China, a spinning disembodied head. And they actually show pictures of, like, dead bodies, like a cutscene. It's, like, an actual dead body, like, Faces of Death shit. So if you don't know about Hong Kong 97, the video game, check it out.
Nope, I had no idea.
Fuck, it's crazy, dude.
See, it's Spitfires, another of those cheesy action. I mean, I don't want to go crazy with this. I want to actually feature him one day. But yeah, there's Nemesis 2, Heat Seeker, Tom Matthews in that. He had some Joe Bob's Driving, a couple episodes on there. Nemesis 3, 4, Mean Guns with Christopher Lambert, Ice-T. Tom Matthews is in that one also. This movie is like shittily great. You know, there's a ton of stuff in here. It just goes on. Aliens Gone Wild. I'm sure that's fucking great.
But if you go all the way up to like the announced and pre-production stuff,
Kickboxer, fucking 47, Cyborg 98. I don't know. Not really.
I mean, there's one called Cyborg Nemesis. So like they're gonna try putting the franchises together.
I have no idea. Well, there's Cyborg Rise of the Flesh Eaters before that.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. I mean, he's gotta be coherent enough that he continuously finds people to invest in these movies.
No, his movies are good. They're just that special. When you see his movies, you know it's him type of deal.
Yeah.
You just know it's him.
I might check out some of his other stuff here. And obviously not like the super popular stuff because we're gonna cover it eventually. But like, there's this one from 07, Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I don't think that's part of the video game.
No, it's not.
Just joking.
But it's like looks like a Western type thing.
Probably.
Yeah, it looks kind of interesting. So I don't know. Maybe I'll check that out one day.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here I'm gonna get around to watching. But yeah, I mean, he does some quality stuff. I think you know his movies when you see them. They're very similar but different at the same time. So, I enjoy it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, some lesser...
The big actors?
Yeah, big actors, but lesser. So there is a role in here eventually. He's not necessarily like a big actor, but I just wanted to mention this one. I don't remember seeing him in the movie, but I need to look for him more. you know what I mean? Like I want to look for him when we go through it again because I don't remember. But
Okay.
it's Branscombe Richmond, but he's not like a huge actor. But if you see this guy, you know him. He's Indian, like American Indian. He's from the TV show Renegade with fucking Lorenzo Lamas.
Oh, where the fuck was this guy
That's what
in
I'm
this
saying. I
movie?
don't remember. Like you know his face. Like you would
Oh,
know.
you know what? I know where
He
he was.
plays Mexican guy, but I don't remember where
The henchmen.
was
Remember
he.
the They were wearing the Hawaiian shirt henchmen. Remember them?
Was he one of them?
I believe he was.
Because there's that
I
one black guy who was in Navy SEALs was one of those henchmen too.
Oh yeah, the
Or he
fucking
was in the suit. He was in the suits. He had the big fucking Browning 30 caliber
what?
machine
Yeah,
gun.
oh, the Mr. Hughes looking motherfucker.
I don't remember his name, but yeah, he's in Navy SEAls. He's just like
Remember the wrestler Mr. Hughes? He was like the bodyguard for like Mr. Perfect, and he had like the flat top.
vaguely his back.
Yeah, that's kind of what he
Yeah.
looked like.
But this
But
guy,
yeah, I think this guy.
yeah. Well, let's say this guy was in Hard to Kill. He's in Scorpion King.
Oh,
He did the
shit.
stunts in They Live. He did Miscellaneous Crew, Mortal Kombat. Like he's still acting. He's been in a ton
Steven
of things.
Seagal, Hard to Kill.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff. Like if you see this guy's face, you know him. He was in Harley Davidson, The Marlboro Man with Don Johnson and Mickey Rourke, which is another fucking classic. I think we need to cover eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's Don Johnson and fucking Mickey Rourke. I mean, literally, like the one plays a biker guy and his name is Harley Davidson, and Don Johnson dresses like a cowboy and they call him the Marlboro Man. Like,
Christ Almighty.
like it's just
So
it's from the
a
90s.
name just popped out.
What?
I didn't look at the full cast earlier. I just looked at the
Yeah.
abbreviated version. Jackie Earl
Yeah,
Haley.
that's what he was the next person to come up. He's at the end. He's the dude at the computer. When they
Yeah.
slip the chip. Yeah, that's him.
Yo.
So Jackie Earle Haley is in this. Like he's like a bigger name, I think.
Now,
People know him
yeah.
from Freddy Krueger, Watchmen,
RoboCop,
Shutter
the
Island.
remake.
Yeah, he did some voices in Attila Battle Angel, which is pretty cool.
That's so
He did
weird.
the Tick remastered series, I guess, in
Uh-huh.
2017. I mean,
he played Dukes in
Terror.
Semi-Pro.
Yeah. So, and he was most people know him from Bad News Bear. Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
He was Kelly, the fucking cool kid with the bike, and he seemed to never grow or just kind of aged and lost his hair after that. Like just kind of. But yeah, I mean, he's a good
That's
actor.
crazy.
He's a good actor. Yeah, he literally has like a couple scenes. That's about it. And then you have Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
He's basically naked in this movie. That's kind of what you see him. Like I guess he's got like two scenes in this movie. One of them just you see his butt a lot. It's kind of funny. You don't realize. I didn't even realize it was him.
That whole scene.
Until after. It's just it's a bad scene. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, that whole scene in general. And this is going to be in part of my argument towards the end, but you already know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But
you get the really hot chick.
yes.
With the half terrible fake boobs though. She had like.
Here's the thing. Women, I'm not telling you what to do and what not to do. It's your body, do whatever you want. But if you're an A cup and you jump to a B.
Well, I don't think she jumped that high, but I know what you're saying.
No.
Yeah.
It matches the body. But at some point, if your body naturally holds an A cup and you're trying to jump to like a double D, it literally looks like someone's like taping Christmas hams to Skeletor.
Oh, she didn't have boobs like that. She just had the
No.
ripples from the silicone underneath.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
they were that bad,
Yeah.
but you could tell they were fake.
Oh, yeah. No, see, her boobs were fantastic in stuff. But when you took them
Yeah,
out, they
in
just
stuff.
when they were just like there, because I think they were silicone. They were the old ones. Like
Yeah,
they just looked like
before-
she looked like she had rocks taped to her chest. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
So everything else is fantastic because apparently that lady worked out very hard for this movie. Not that she was in bad shape in her other movies because she still looks
No,
good.
no.
But that lady worked out 3.5 hours a day for a good amount of time to get into like, because they gave her the option to use the body double because that was a big thing
Oh,
back
huge.
then.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, I guess
yeah.
it still sort of is now,
Even
but it was
today.
like even bigger then though. I think there was like, because you didn't know if they used body doubles or not. You just assumed it was your, an
Right.
actress or whatever. She's like, fuck no, I got in shape for this. I'm going to be naked.
Damn right. But let's go back to Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
The guy's been in fucking
Yeah.
everything.
I mean, the Punisher movie we were talking about.
Yep.
Punisher, Dirty
Deep Blue
Laundry,
Sea.
Deep Blue Sea, fucking
Boogie Nights.
The Mist.
The Mist. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. It was in the Predator movie in 2018.
Yep.
It was that crazy.
Oh. He also did the voice of the Punisher from the 2004 game. Cool.
Yeah. Because that was based on, like, after that movie.
Yeah.
Not based on that, but yeah, he kept the role going. He did the Punisher Dirty Laundry. You ever see that? This little short.
No.
Yeah,
No.
there's a fan made movie called Punisher Dirty Laundry. It's about 15 minutes long, and he wanted to do the next Punisher sequel, but they wanted to do like goofy shit supposedly with like, you know, a love story with the Punisher and all sort of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not whatever. And he's like, no. This is what I read. I don't know how true it is, but then then 2012, because the Punisher was made in
04.
04, and then he also thought by doing The Mist, he was going to make more money too. That was another thing. He did The Mist instead of the Punisher movie, but I think it also had other. I think it was also because it was a bad script too. So he was like, "I'm going to do The Mist," and they made it seem like he chose The Mist over the Punisher. But I think there was more to it deep down.
But The Mist did perform better than the second Punisher, the one that came out after.
Yeah, but that wasn't going to be that movie though. That ended up
right.
being...
Yeah, they had something else originally lined up for him.
Yeah.
He said no, and then eventually Warzone came out, but that wasn't the movie he said no to.
Yeah, but then he did the Punisher Dirty Laundry short for that, you know, fan made film, and it's
right.
how he pictured the role, and that is a little more of how we would picture the Punisher from reading comics and stuff, and it's actually really good, and that should have won him. Yeah, they should have done another movie with him after seeing that, but, you know, I guess he fucking, you know, burnt their bridges with someone, I guess, somewhere, because they're vindictive, and sometimes instead of making money, they'll hold it to you.
Yeah, they let their feelings get involved.
Ridiculous. So, anyway, we'll move away from him, because he's been, you know, he's a big actor. Yep. He's been in a lot of stuff, even chick flicks and
obviously, you know, Tom Matthews is in this movie. If you guys didn't know, like, Tom Matthews, one of our favorite, at least my favorite, one of my, you know, secondary actors. He's not a huge Hollywood guy, and he dropped out and became, you know, did more construction and work and stuff like that. Has a very successful business.
Yep. Worked in a lot of high-end celebrities' houses, like Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne, and especially during their showtime. So when you saw them on MTV,
of the stuff you see in their house
was his handiwork.
Yep.
Some other people who he didn't really get
into
details with.
But luckily, he's picking it back up, though. Like, he has been in more stuff recently, thank God.
Yeah, he's getting back into the acting. Well, he makes more money.
But he
makes more money making those fancy houses and stuff.
He does.
Know? Can't blame him. Plus, he got to spend time with his family.
Yep.
He got to see his daughter grow up for the most part, instead of being out on the road all the time.
But think about it.
Now that she's older, he can get back into it, though.
Besides Jason, he plays the most well-known, likable character in the entire franchise, other than Jason.
Yeah.
Because he plays the best Tommy Jarvis. And he's in Return of the Living Dead 1 and 2, 1 being this huge cult classic.
And he almost got the main role in Killer Clowns from Outer Space. He looked like Michael Dudikoff.
Which last week I actually fucking mistook him when we were talking about American Ninja.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
mind.
it's a thing. Eventually, when it gets released, you'll hear about it. But he was up for the role, and I didn't realize at the time because of the bad quality of what role he was up for. I just assumed. I thought it was the blonde cop guy, but it was actually the main role with the girl and the boyfriend.
Okay.
Or whatever they were on the date. And actually, he would have been better than that guy, because that guy was annoying as fuck. I mean, it fit, but I didn't like him. You know what I mean? Like, but I think Tom Matthews would have done a way better job in that role.
That's the thing. I think the guy was all right.
Yeah, he was all right, but now hearing that Tom was like number 2 and they didn't choose him, I'm like, dude, he would have been 3 for 3 with like huge cult movies.
Yeah,
he would have been on top of things. You know what I mean? Like he probably would have derailed his construction career a little bit. If he would have been 3 for 3,
I think he probably would have stuck with acting.
Yeah, he might have actually got more roles, I think, after that maybe. Who knows? But then again, who knows? Because they never really made more Killer Clowns movies or anything else after that. But he would be in the new one coming up, though.
Yeah.
If it was anyway, but
well, depending on how that goes,
yeah, if it actually comes out, that's what I mean. But yeah, so
fuck.
Yeah, but he would have been awesome in that role, especially Tom Matthews then, because that was,
That's peak
early.
Tom
Yeah,
Matthews.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He just got done playing those other roles, very similar. And then, so the girl we were talking about, her name is Deborah Shelton.
Mm-hmm.
The one we were talking about with the nude scene and the boobs, and she's not 100% the greatest actress in the world, but she I've seen her in other stuff. She is better than this movie. It was just an awkward scene in general. I really think that scene was just shitty. That's one of the things, but she's a lot of Skinamax. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. And she was in an episode of BJ and the Bear. That's like a running joke right now because everything we do, it seems like at least one person. I think there's more than one though in this movie that were in here.
Yeah,
it's something. I'm pretty sure Jackie Earle might have been one. I mean, I just looked
Probably.
past it, but yeah. But it's just funny. I like to bring these up because we laugh about it behind the scenes. But
how many people are tied to so many different fucking movies that
or just the TV series that
or TV show
we personally never seen, and I think only had like a season or two.
BJ and the fucking Bears.
Yeah, BJ and the Bear. So then you have
So-
Marlene Holden. She was, I think she's Indian. I don't like. She was the darker skinned girl in the Mexican scene when the other the agents that came in with him. We'll get to that. But I only mention her because I think it's prevalent because she is a stunt woman and she's Shiva in the Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah, but she's also in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Jesus fucking Christ.
Arnold's trolled Sylvester Stallone in that
Yes,
movie. Remember,
yes.
I think I told you
that
that
is such a
story.
beautiful story. Because, like, obviously, Schwarzenegger and Stallone were the two big action guys of the 80s and early mid-90s. And they would compete with each other for, like, roles and stuff. And Arnold knew this was, like, a
he's
shitty
like,
movie.
fuck this movie. I ain't doing this.
But he somehow convinced Stallone's party, his group, that he wanted this role, like,
really badly. Yep.
So then Stallone's like, no, fuck that. I'll take it.
Yeah, I need it. Yep. And did it. And kind of fucked Stallone up with that one because that movie was terrible. But I mean, this lady, she was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yep.
Dr. Caligari. I mean, there's a ton of other stuff in here. She was
The
in
Lost World.
She was in
Park.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. Jake.
Everybody's in that fucking movie. God, we always go back to that.
Jake and the Fat Man.
Jake and the Fat Man.
That's another one we always joke about. She was in Renegade, the TV series.
Yep.
I mean, she's in she's in Tales in the Crypt episode.
Yeah.
She's mostly a stunt woman, but yeah, she did a lot of like other movies. Automatic was another Cyborg movie from '95.
Oh, she was in Ghost of Mars.
Yeah. Huh. She was just a young woman, and she wasn't like the huge roles, but she probably did. She's a stunt woman, so she was doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes and the stunts and stuff. So they usually throw these people in like little roles sometimes, just like kind of the perks.
Yeah, and they're obviously on a lot more of the movie than we would ever know. But yeah, it's cool that you get the experience, you get to meet the people, and
John Carpenter's
awesome.
Vampire. She was in that. She was one of the masters.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, such a great movie, actually. It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, just done a lot of stuff. I thought she honorable mention, and then she was also in that terrible Mortal Kombat movie. But it's kind of cool she played Shiva. You see one of the characters from whatever come to life.
Yeah, and like the first one's good, so I'll watch the second one. Obviously, it has its flaws, but I don't think the second Mortal Kombat movie is half as bad as Street Fighter.
Oh God, we should do a comparison of which one's worse. I don't know which one's worse anymore.
Well, not including Mortal Kombat 1.
No. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm
movie.
talking about Mortal Kombat Annihilation versus Street Fighter the movie, and do like a verse. Which one's worse? I think that might be an episode we have to do.
That would even be a good topic for a live.
Maybe, yeah. We'll talk about that later. But that might be something.
They're both terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, but I kind of like Street Fighter, even though it's bad. That's what I'm saying.
Why? Because of Van Damme?
Yeah, but there's just other little subtleties that just make it whatever. But anyway, that's something we should.
Yeah, we'll get into it one day.
Yeah, we should get into though. But like, Might be one of those where we're both on the opposite sides, so it might be a fun debate too.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to go back and watch
Now,
them.
all of these actors and actresses we've brought up, none of them have been main roles in this movie. Like,
She's a semi-main role. I mean, I guess she's
Yeah.
no, she's not. That lady was a. She was a pivotal plot point role, but not like a main character. This guy,
Right.
and this guy is not a main character either. I just want to mention him anyway because like he was a dude from Karate Kid. You know what I'm talking about? He was like I want to say it was part 2. It was like the villain or maybe it's part 3 where they're in Okinawa, and then he like crashes the party and wants to fight Danielson. He's the Asian guy. It's the Asian guy at the window at the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the second movie.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it is part 2. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
No, but he was in that, but he was in Better Off Dead. He's like one of my favorite movies of John Cusack, and it's this dark black comedy. But he plays these two brothers that all they know how to do is speak Howard Cosell because they learned English by watching The Wild World of Sports. So he speaks like Howard Cosell, and they always challenge John Cusack to race every time he runs. Like it just becomes a running joke in the movie. There's like multiple scenes with them, but he's one of them. I mean, he's been in a ton of movies. He's got like 94 credits under his name.
Jeez.
But
okay.
like, he's been in big movies. I'm not going to go through them, but like, he's just one of those guys. It's like I remember him from stuff. Like I just wanted to give him a shout. His name is Yuki Akamoto. Give a shout out to him. And then now you have your first. There's one other guy that's not necessarily a main character, but he is sort of a main character now. So you have Cary-Hiroyuki Takawa, whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah.
He was Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat movies. He's in pretty much every goddamn martial arts action movie ever made.
Yeah.
At one point in time.
He's in Planet of the Apes, I see.
Yes, Planet of the Apes.
2000.
Yeah. I mean, I can go down to his...
he was in that piece of shit Tekken movie.
He was uncredited extra in Big Trouble in Little China. He was probably a low pan fucking stunt double, probably.
Yeah. He was in that shitty Elektra movie. Oh God.
He was in Twins. He played Oriental Man, Star Trek Next Generation, Miami Vice, Knots Landing, Moonlighting, Last Warrior, License to Kill, LA Takedown, Alien Nation, Mission Impossible TV series, Murder in Jake and the Fat Man.
Get the fuck out.
I'm not kidding. Kickboxer 2, Hardball TV series with Joe Rogan and other people, like some that shitty. I mean, it was kind of funny, but he was in Showdown in Little Tokyo. He's the main bad guy. That's one of the movies I wanted to do with you.
Yeah.
With Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren. It's one of the greatest action martial arts movies ever made. I love that movie.
How the fuck has everybody been in Jake and the Fat Man but us? I swear to God, because I don't even remember. I don't even remember that fucking TV show. I honestly thought it was like a joke. Like people joked about a pilot.
1990 TV show.
There was that pilot for that TV show called like Heil Honey, and it was about like Hitler, and it was like a sitcom, and they only filmed the pilot. No,
this guy was like the main bad guy in Rising Sun with Wesley Snipes and what is his goddamn name? Sean Connery.
Okay.
A fucking fantastic movie though. I mean, it's a big movie. It's not anything we'd necessarily cover because it was like a big whatever. But maybe I'll cover it in like a Grindhouse short or something. Just go over a quick synopsis. But it's a serious action crime drama. It's really, really fantastic movie. Mortal Kombat. He was in Thunder in Paradise, a couple episodes, and then Thunder in Paradise 3. The Hulk Hogan shit.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Thunder in Paradise.
He was in Soldier Boys. That was just this terrible fucking movie. Babylon 5. I mean, I can go on. I mean, there's just so much shit
let's
here.
move on.
Yeah. I mean, he's been newer stuff too, but I mean, it's like literally... I mean, the fucking list goes on. He's got 138 credits to his name. The guy's a fantastic actor. If you've seen his face, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
He is one of the best actors in this movie that we're reviewing today.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
So you have Byron James, who is in a lot of movies with Tim Thomerson. He is actually dead, unfortunately. He died in 1999. He's done a lot of like sci-fi stuff. His
Yep.
big credits are Blade Runner, Fifth Element. He was General Monroe. He was like the war guy that always wanted to like blow shit up, basically, and they had
Yeah.
always like
Yep.
talk him down. When I was in Striking Distance with Bruce Willis, another 48 Hours. I mean, I want to just go over some of these movies because some of these are really good. Did I remember off the top of my head? I gotta go through some of these. I'm sure they're good. Where is it? Oh, hey, look, BJ and the Bear. I'm not even making this up.
Christ all fucking mighty.
So the funny thing about him is when I look through here, try to find like one of his first big movies that I thought was good. Him and Tim Thomerson were in the military together,
Okay.
and they served in the same unit. And when they got back, they ended up doing a bunch of movies together. So that's kind of a cool story. You know what I mean? They were friends and ended up like in whatever. So Blade Runner, his first big movie in '82, even though there was a ton of stuff before that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I see that this guy was also in Brain Smasher, a love story as well.
Yeah. So 48 Hours, with Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte, and then he was in the sequel. Flesh and Blood was a martial arts action movie. He was in A-Team. Armed and Dangerous is one of these movies that keeps coming up, like from 86, and it's John Candy, Eugene Levy, Meg Ryan. There's some of the bigger names in here. Is that who I think it is? Yeah, Jonathan Banks. He's what's his face from Better Call Saul, and Mike from Better Call Saul, and
the older guy.
Yeah, and fucking the words. But anyway, Armed and Dangerous is a good movie. He was in. Steel Dawn's another shitty movie from '87. That's like one of those shitty great fucking movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so bad. There's so many of these in here. He was in Red Heat with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm pretty sure that's that movie.
He was in Tango and Cash.
Yeah. He's one of the main bad guys.
Yep.
Yeah, as he was in Red Heat with Schwarzenegger and Belushi. Nightmare at Noon is a good movie. I think we should cover that. It's sort of vampire. It's like this shitty. He was in Red Scorpion with Dolph Lundgren. It's one of Dolph Lundgren's like best movies back in the day, from '88. That's fucking fantastic. Where Dolph Lundgren plays like fucking, killing machine basically. I mean, this guy's in so much. He's dead. I just want to give he's in a Tales from the Crypt episode. I mean, there's so many shitty, awesome. He's in Frogtown. Frogtown 2 is a sequel of.
I guessed that. Because I doubt there's going to be another series of Frogtown movies not associated with...
Hell, the original was Hell Comes to Frogtown, I think.
Right,
with Roddy Piper, and it's fucking terrible. It's something we might go over. That's
definitely a Grindhouse movie.
Because it's so bad.
But he spells, if you guys want to check out his stuff, he spells his name Brion. Even though it's Brian, it's not the normal spelling. So definitely check him out.
He's in your Hong Kong 97 we talked about.
Yeah, you've probably seen him in other stuff. I mean, I'm almost positive you've seen him in other things.
I was trying to remember some of the stuff with Tim Thomerson, some of the names to give them shout outs because they're like smaller movies, but I'm just forgetting names of movies when I look at them. There's just so many stuff to remember and go over. I'm like, oh my god, that movie, I remember that.
Yeah, I just don't want to spend we've been on 40 minutes just talking about the actors right now, we haven't even talked.
It's only been 20 minutes. We actually went really long into the other stuff.
We haven't even talked about the two main people in this movie, which it's sad because the main actor, I don't know him from anything.
Well, the other one was Tim Thomerson, but I don't really need the. He plays Farnsworth, which is a throwback to The Inventor.
The Inventor?
Yeah, Farnsworth. I don't remember the guy's full name. He's an inventor, and he invented a lot of... hold on, let me type it in.
I noticed he was in this movie Near Dark.
Yeah, it's the one I was telling you about. with, is it Bill Paxton with the vampires?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I don't think you've ever seen it, but it's like a classic vampire movie.
Okay. I'm actually saving this link because I've seen this box art before, and now I think maybe I have seen it and I don't remember, because I actually remember, the person on this box art with the light coming through and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
All right, so Philo Farnsworth was an American inventor and television pioneer. He made many crucial contributions in the early development of the all-electronic television, and is best known for his 1927 invention of the first fully functional all-electronic image pickup device, video camera tube.
Okay.
So a lot of like TV shows will use Farnsworth for like their crazy inventor names. I mean, there's a whole thing in here. I don't want to go into
like that.
Then like Warehouse 13, maybe it was a big sci-fi show about collecting stuff, and they had like the Farnsworth devices, they called them, and they could like travel the time and stuff. So like, yeah, he was another one of those. Later in life, he invented a small nuclear fusion device, the Farnsworth Hirscher fusion, employing words I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like it's out of my, but it wasn't a practical device for generating nuclear power, though it provides a viable source of neutrons. I mean, he was a super smart guy. He had held 300 patents, mostly in radio and television. So like, it's like a throwback to him.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
He died when he was 64, unfortunately, in 1971. So who knows, like, I'm sure he was in a lot of stuff with secret government in Area 51. I wouldn't be surprised. And someone of his intellectual knowledge. But yeah, like Trancers is another full moon sci-fi action crappy awesome series. I don't remember how. There's so many of them now. I just don't remember how good. But like the first couple were kind of cool.
I see the Doll Man versus Demonic Toys. See that?
Yeah, Doll Man.
He was in other Nemesis movies.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this guy was in a lot. He's in a lot of stuff. I mean, he's just. He's a very good actor. That's what you go through here, and he's got 206 credits.
He was in Evil Bong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's Full Moon. What? He does a lot of Full Moon.
Sure,
movies.
He's like their go-to.
He's one of their go-to guys. Well,
yeah.
I don't know if he was evil in that though.
Evil Bong?
He plays a good guy in a lot of movies.
Okay,
not all, but he normally plays a good guy. This one of the. Technically, he was a good guy in this movie. He was just taken over and cloned.
Right. But we never had the original to go off of.
No, they talk about that later in the movie.
Yes, they do talk about. I'm just saying, but the appearance in the movie is not the original guy who was the good guy.
He did Cyrus's voice in Saints Row the Third, the video game.
Nice. We were just talking about Saints Row the other night.
Cyrus Temple did his voice. Yeah, I mean, this guy's. I mean, he's such a good actor. He's just the average person's not going to know who he is because he chooses to do a lot of B-roll stuff. He does do a lot of TV stuff, also episodes here and there. He's just got one of those faces.
I noticed he's done a lot of TV shows one time.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that everyone wants to have him at least in their series. You know what I mean? Like once.
Yeah. Probably a very well respected person in the community.
Yeah, I mean, you name the TV show, this dude's probably fucking been in it. And he's been in a couple episodes of Xena. I'm sure there's Hercules is in here too. I mean, he's, it's just some of the stuff that
Jake and the Fat Man, BJ and the Bear.
He's probably in here. He's in Hong Kong 97, 5 or 6 Transfer movies. He's in a couple Nemesis stuff when you go down or whatever. I'm actually looking. I'm trying to see if he isn't Jake and the Fat Man, actually.
No, I looked.
He was in Who's Harry Crumb? Remember that from '89 with fucking John Candy.
John Candy, yeah. It's one of the John Candy movies a lot of people actually don't talk about.
No, it's such a good movie though.
Yeah. Yep.
But anyway, I think moving on. I mean, dude, this guy's been in fucking everything.
Yeah. Yeah. People would know him if they saw him.
Yeah, I mean, you name it. I mean, he's in fucking Mork and Mindy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just every fucking TV show.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but the main star of this movie, his name is Oliver Gruner.
Yeah, that's how I would pronounce it. Yep.
Okay. I have not seen a single movie this guy has been in.
Seen a
except
few.
what we watched tonight.
So just a slight backstory on him. He's born in France, so he's French, but he was a kickboxing champion.
Okay.
So he kind of, I guess, knows people, and that's kind of how maybe he got in the movies. You know, plus he's a super ripped dude. He's not a bad-looking guy. Like when he worked out for this movie, he got down to 4% body fat, which is almost unhealthy.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
It's on that borderline depending on your body. Like, but yeah, he's just in so many fucking action movies. But this was the second movie in general that he ever did.
Yep.
Did not know he was a director. Apparently directed 3 things.
Yeah, I saw director and stunts and writer. Yeah. So he's been all over the place. Yeah. He's been a producer and, you know.
It's mostly action or you know, kung fu, martial arts, whatever you want to fucking call them. Like, so it was Nemesis. Automatic was another one. We played another cyborg.
I lied. I do know one thing this guy was in. 1997's The New Adventures of Robin Hood. I do remember that because they had a sweet toy line.
Yeah, so there's Mercenary. TNT was a shitty, great movie. What the fuck was in this one? Might not have been anyone, but I do remember this one by the name. I'd have to see it. But you had Martial Law, Velocity Trap, these other Crackerjack 3. We've talked about Crackerjack as a it's a joke.
Definitely have to cover.
It's just one of those things where Gray's like, have you ever seen this movie Crackerjack? And I'm like, oh, you mean that movie with that guy on the mountain with the ski resort and the terrorists? He's like, what the fuck? Like,
here's the thing.
I can remember that, but I can't remember you know, certain names of stuff that happened, like, you know, earlier in the day or even like last week or Breaking Bad.
There's certain movies that I can bring up that they're so obscure, but I still find people who know it. Like a lot of people when I was younger didn't know Meet the Feebles, but as I've gotten older, a lot of people, you know, the puppet, this and that. But then there's like this list of movies that I've come across and I've remembered over the years that like no one has ever even fucking heard of. And Crackerjack, for the longest time, was one of those movies. And I just randomly tossed it out one day. Hey, did you ever see that action movie Crackerjack? He's like, oh, yeah, with like the terrorists and like the ski resort. I'm like, what? What? So now I actually want to go over it because there's shitty sequels, too.
Yeah, he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's like 4 of them. You didn't believe me. I thought there was just the one.
No, I thought there was 2.
Oh, 2?
No, I
thought
I knew. Yeah, because Judge Reinhold's in the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's not in the other one, I don't think. But yeah, I think everyone had a new guy. Yeah, this guy did Kumite, Circuit 2, Circuit 3. They're just like martial arts movies where you got to fight to the death type of deals. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's other stuff in here. I'm sure it's more
nothing that I know.
More sci-fi stuff and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know some of these. Some of them I would like to check out because he did the Circuit 2020 TV series. I wonder if it's related to his other movies.
The Circuit.
Yeah, because the other ones were fight movies, though.
Well, I noticed he's also announced for Cyborg Nemesis. So it kind of makes me feel like that is the Nemesis and Cyborg movies coming together.
Maybe. Yeah, but Cyborg went... So you had the original Cyborg Van Damme, and then Cyborg 2 had Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
And, like, it was like one. I don't know if it's one of her first movies or if it's, you know, like right before she got famous. I don't know where that falls in her thing.
Right.
But it went on its own path. This guy only did one Cyborg movie. He has other Cyborg movies that are separate, but that whole line, I think there's like 2 or 3. I know there's 2 Cyborg movies, but there might be a 3rd or 4th. But it went another direction. I don't think it has to do with them. Okay. But this might be. It might just be a continuation to Nemesis, but they just added more words to the name now. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I have to check it out, though.
We'll know. Yeah, we'll know more once more info comes out.
So in the circuit that he does, he was in this. It looks like he was in Circuit 1, 2, and 3. It is Dirk Longstreet, so it looks like they're making a TV series after it.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. They weren't bad movies. It's just just your typical fucking fight to the death, kumite martial arts. I'm sure there's other shit that gets you into them, but yeah, it's good stuff.
Right.
It doesn't have a terrible accent. There. Unfortunately, these guys are a dime a dozen. He's not an ugly looking dude. He's a good looking guy. He's like totally fucking jacked. But probably because he's French, it probably held him back a little bit because he wasn't Van Damme.
Yeah.
That's why he did some of these lesser known movies.
I would like to check out some of his later movies to see what his accent sounds like now, because I actually think it kind of hampered his performance a little bit in this movie. Mainly with certain line delivery. I've noticed when Schwarzenegger was just getting started, he worked with a lot of American directors who knew how Americans would speak, so they would give him lines that didn't sound like off kilter.
Yeah.
But when you have a foreign director directing another foreign person for an American-made movie, the script might not necessarily sound exactly like what this person should be saying, and some of the delivery, in my opinion, came out a little stilted. But yeah, I just want to check out some of his later work eventually.
Yeah, so some weird trivia and stuff about this. So actually his role, Oliver Gunther, Alex, was supposed to be played by a 13-year-old girl originally. Or that, it was meant to be a 13-year-old girl. And then the actress, Megan Ward, was originally set to play this version of Alex. And Megan Ward is the main love interest in Encino Man.
Yeah.
And
that Brendan Fraser piece of shit.
Oh, whoa. Don't be trashing Pauly Shore and Brendan Fraser in Encino Man. That's a fucking fine piece of 90s.
You notice I didn't say Pauly Shore piece of shit? I said Brandon Fraser piece
great.
of shit.
He played a fucking caveman. It was his best role ever. Besides Airheads.
He was meant for that. Yeah, Airheads. Airheads, I'll give it to.
Besides Airheads. That was his best role out. Brandon Fraser's a shitty actor, but don't get me wrong. I'm just saying.
Well,
Encino Man's great.
Have you seen Monkey Bone?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I'm just saying Encino Man's great. He helped make that movie.
Yeah, I used to.
Yeah, I used to watch that movie all the time. It's one of those I watch all the time. But it's just weird. I can't picture her being... And she was also in PCU. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it was like David Spade was in it. The fucking douchey guy from Used Cars. And he's like the short... He played the fucking sports agent in... I can't remember his fucking name. I can't remember anyone's name. I can't remember anything. But... He had some. He's a good actor. He was the agent guy in Entourage. Ari.
Wait. Ari was the manager.
Yeah, the agent, manager, whatever. Fucking.
Oh, Jeremy Piven.
Jeremy Piven. Yeah, he was in PCU
Yeah.
and John Favreau, whatever. But she was the girl in that too, like the one.
Okay.
I can't picture her playing in this movie, nevertheless being the main, you know what I mean? Like trying to do all this,
right.
Like it's just weird. I don't understand. But apparently, in part 2 or something I was reading of Nemesis, it becomes a woman again.
Oh,
the fucking Alex's role.
I just read something in this trivia, and it actually blows my mind.
What?
It says in some versions of the film, Alex Rain is the narrator, not Jared.
Yeah,
that's the version I watched.
Oh yeah.
Alex Rain was the narrator throughout the film.
I don't remember who the narrator was when I watched it, because I watched it on Amazon, but you started watching it on Crackle. And then you went to Amazon.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. When I watched it on Crackle...
It was probably the TV version.
It had his narration. Yeah. And that's when I was getting all this line delivery. Like, dude, why are they making this guy narrate? He could barely speak English. And then when on Amazon, it shut up. Okay.
But the Amazon one, I think, is the extended version with... That's 90. Well, it's 96 and change. It's like 96 minutes and change. They call it 97, but yeah. But that's the one with all the extra action that was cut. That's the Japanese version, and it's in widescreen. That's going to be the alternate versions later we talk about, because it had more action.
So it was a good thing I switched over to Amazon after about 15 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, so the scene with the fucking bendy pole in the beginning, they required 3 different pole variants to find which one wouldn't actually bend for real, because they like literally did. This is the cool thing about these movies. Like, we're gonna get into that a little later, but like they did real shit in these movies. I mean, someone could have fucking seriously. I mean, I guess they do real shit too. People, you hear more now that people
they
die,
still do it all
stunt
the time.
people, but like not like this though. I feel like you know what I mean. I guess it's the setup. I don't know. The Gene Warren, the visual effects director, was also the visual effects director on Terminator 2: Judgment Day. So that's a pretty cool little trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was mostly filmed in Hawaii and California, and then I think there was like one other place.
It said Montana and California.
Yeah, as I said, yeah, Montana, California, and then I think one other place.
Oh, okay.
It's not listed here, but when I looked up elsewhere, there was something else. Yeah.
And I mean, they could have did pickup scenes, you know, after editing and shit
the film
like that.
takes place in 2027. It's only 7 years away.
I could see that.
Yeah, here it is. Although the film was made in 92, it didn't hit the American big screen until January 93. I mean, if it's made in 92 and didn't hit screens until 93, it's not a huge jump, though.
No,
No, but it's just, they make it seem like it's bigger than it. You know what I mean? Like, it's less than a year.
Yeah.
The film did not premiere on British television until 2010. I kind of fudged that stat a little bit. So it was British television, not just British release.
So it was available.
Yeah.
It just never made it to syndication overseas. Okay. That's all right. That makes sense.
But then again, it probably got lost in editing and all that other bullshit.
Right. Yep.
So I could skip that. Then, the alternate versions. There's the Japanese VHS after editing, containing an extended scene, which I'm not going to get into. It's different. They had a different ending on some of them. In some variations of the film, different countries. Alex Rain is the narrator. We just went over that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alternate takes that weren't featured in the U.S. cut and Japanese VHS version, and the German.
That is one thing. If you guys do want to watch this, Amazon Prime has it right now, but also Crackle. But I just had a bad experience with Crackle tonight.
I don't like Crackle. I was like, why the fuck is it on Crackle?
Now I have a Sony PlayStation 4, so obviously Crackle was right there. I was already signed in and stuff, and you guys know us, like we don't get political, okay? But they had 3 commercial breaks within the first like half hour of the movie or so. Pretty much when I turned it off and put on Amazon. Each one of those ad breaks had the same commercial play twice each time, and it's basically an anti-Trump campaign ad. And like I said, I don't like Donald Trump as a person. I've said this before. It's no like if we were all hanging out at a bar, like he's like a douchebag. It had nothing to do with his politics or what he's just an asshole. But the commercial was blaming him for the coronavirus, and I just think that's kind of like, I mean, come on. Like, to blame one person for
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I was like, I don't know, I told you about the ads. You're like, dude, fucking Amazon Prime. I'm like, all right, great. Fuck Crackle. Yeah.
The German TV version and the retail videos are cut for violence. The rental video was uncut and widescreen. So that what we're seeing is the rental version on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was a Japanese laserdisc of this movie that was 97 minutes and unrated, uncut with extra violence. Ooh. So that's probably what we saw. That's the version.
The laserdisc version.
Yeah, it's probably what we saw. That's probably the rental video because it's uncut and widescreen, and that one's, unless it's slightly different, maybe there's even more violence in it. I don't know. But I mean, more violence is even better.
keep looking. I want to actually see if there's anything.
Yeah.
Available for that, you know what I mean?
What, as a laserdisc? Mm-hmm. I think this would be a cool laserdisc to own because it's like just one of those rare movies.
Yeah, I have a few laserdiscs, even though I don't have a player. I have Goodfellas on laserdisc. I have Dick Tracy. I got like 4 or 5, and anytime I see them in the wild, even though I can't play them, I like picking them up because I think they're cool. You know what I mean? And I also have that format that we talked about before that's like really hard to find. It's like a big floppy kind of. It's like a big vinyl inside a plastic case. What was it, like CDH or some shit?
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I forget what we were talking about.
But yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I just don't know.
Yeah, the actual name of it.
Yeah, I don't remember the
Oh,
name, but yeah, it's this weird.
oh, I just searched up laser dick.
I don't think you got what you were looking for.
Well, maybe something for later, but not right now.
Not what you wanted.
Okay, so I can pick this up. Oh nope, they sold it. It only sold for $12 though.
Hmm.
All right, well, you know what? I'll keep it. I'll keep it on my favorites, and if it pops back up, if it's less
What
than
would
like
you
15
would you
bucks.
look at?
What?
Would you look at it under?
Well, I found it on eBay, but also on like the Laserdisc database,
Okay.
which is actually pretty cool website.
Well, there's a pre-owned 1465 or best offer.
Where's that on eBay?
Yeah, on eBay right now. 14.99 or best offer. Says 92 Laserdisc, not a DVD widescreen edition. Then there's a tested VG LED Laserdisc collection Nemesis collector. I don't know. Canadian though. It's $50. Oh, the Nemesis. Here's the Nemesis Director's Cut 1992 uncut NSTC pan and scan Laserdisc. That's from the United Kingdom. It's $30. There might be different formats of this on Laserdisc. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Unless it's just the UK version. I don't know. You gotta watch which one you pick up. Might not be the actual widescreen.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter which one I get because I don't have a Laserdisc
Yeah,
player.
yeah, you
I
just
would
want
just like to have the meat.
So the cover for the UK one, it's $30 though, but it's in like Japanese writing and a part of it and whatnot. But there's no pictures. The other ones has the actual movie cover,
Okay.
that like the poster.
Well, send me that link later, and I'll
Just
take
go
a
on
look at
eBay.
it.
Just type in Nemesis Laserdisc.
I did, but it didn't pop up. You know what popped up? Blade Runner.
Type in Nemesis
I did.
and then Laserdisc as one word.
I did. Nemesis space Laserdisc, one word.
I don't know how you can get different results than me.
I don't know. Silencer, Batman animated series. Ooh, Batman Mask of the Phantasm on Laserdisc. Fuck.
I don't understand how you got different. Whatever. Anyway,
Maybe I spelled Nemesis wrong.
Nemesis.
I did put N-E. There's two E's in it.
Yeah, Nemesis.
I forgot the second one.
Yeah. That's probably why.
That's why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there's a ton of other people in this you'll notice as like extras as we were talking before. But yeah,
What would you offer for this 1465 one? What would you put an offer in at?
depends on what the shipping. How much is shipping?
$4.33.
I would either just wait and see if anything comes up cheaper, or maybe like $13.
Eight. Oh, I was gonna say like 8 to 10.
Oh no,
bucks.
people are super. No, you're lucky if you get like $1 off with people that put best offer.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you can offer, but they're gonna be like no. I mean you can try $12, but best like I fucking hate eBay because like I put stuff up on eBay, no best offer, and you get people trying to like drop like $40 on like whatever. I'm like, dude, does it look like a best offer like thing? I don't try to be rude, but it's like if I wanted to accept offers, I would have put accept offers on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and then when I see people that put best offers, I try to like, I try to shave a couple dollars off here and there and whatnot, especially if you're ordering more than one with people and they're like, oh, the best I can do is like 50 cents. And then why are you putting best offer? You know what I mean? Or like $1.
Like with this, I started at $10.
And
right?
declined right
and
away,
I made it up to $12.75 and then it declined it. So
Yeah.
I went 10, 11, 12,
Yeah.
12.50, 12. So he would have probably went to like $13.50, which is $1 off.
Yeah. It's just like why
I'll
even
find-
bother? Yeah, it's just not even worth it.
I'll find one for you, bud.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll get you one.
It's just like why bother?
Fucking eBay, man.
Yeah.
That's a good episode. We'll cover one like a
eBay,
separate
man.
short.
It's like you gotta
fucking
sell
eBay.
your shit for like $40 more than it's worth, depending on how much. Like if I'm selling something for like, if I want to get $100 or something, I gotta sell it for like 140 because by the time eBay takes their money, PayPal takes their fucking money. Like
Yep.
you're lucky, it's ridiculous how much
then
money
you see
they
those
take.
like you see those people and they sell like 5,000 items a month, and it's like, dude, how
they're lucky if they're making $1 off each item. That's why. But they're like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how
after
can you
shipping
fucking
and
ship all that stuff?
It's what they do all day. Is their job. So opening box office weekend, $200,000. I guess limited things made $2 million. I don't know what they put into it. I'm sure if we did enough research, we could find it. Not worth it.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. You know, it's a Dolby SR sound mix. It's in color. I don't know what else.
I would say it costs more than $2 million to make this movie.
Yeah, not much more, but
I would say about 4, 5 at least.
yeah, no, I agree with you on that. But that's what I'm saying, not much more.
Yeah.
To me, like 4 or 5 isn't much more than 2, and in the grand scheme of movie, I guess. But then again, that's
double.
Big, yeah, but that's like
it is more than double.
Yeah, it is more than double, I guess. It like averages 5 to like it's a 5.4 to, I think I saw like somewhere else was rated a 6.5.
That seems realistic because they had stop motion claymation.
Yeah,
they had CGI.
Yeah, I give it a 7 overall. I would give it a 7. It's more entertaining than a 7, but a realistic rating is like a 7 when you like break down the movie a little bit. That's my feeling.
Yeah, well, it does have its flaws.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it's more entertaining than a 7, but like as an overall movie, I think a 7's the best rating I could give it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, all right, so that kind of covers all that stuff, and I guess you want to break into our. Are we still doing that? And just pick.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I mentioned it before, and I'll just mention it again. If you're listening to this on the audio version, you are about to hear Gore's pick of the week. Sorry, the kill of the week. We are storing for Facebook exclusive content, as well as Gore's Gallows. We might put that on our Patreon and then eventually put it on our Facebook and stuff like that. But since we're doing mostly video stuff right now, we can't stop the video to put in an audio clip. You know what I mean? It would just take too much time for the editing and stuff. So the audio portions will still have, the pick and probably the kill of the week. But eventually the kill of the week will be its own thing or associated with something else. And if you're watching the video of this, then you don't get that. So you'd have to go to our Facebook page to check out the extra stuff that Gore is putting out. But she also does like the Friday night features where she tells people, the new movies that are coming out on all the streaming services that are worth watching. She does the makeup tutorials. She does her the home decor where she creates stuff. I mean, if you haven't been to our Facebook page,
GrindHaus lackey on Facebook.
Yeah. If you haven't checked out our Facebook page, she has tons of stuff up there. Definitely go check it out. But if you're listening, this is Gore's Pick of the Week. And if you're watching, boom! I'm just kidding. So, for everybody listening on Spotify or Apple or Google, welcome back to GrindHaus on 42nd Street. I am Gray.
I'm Wolfman. And this is Nemesis Part 2.
If you're watching this, we didn't go anywhere.
Nope.
Still here.
Yeah. Sometimes I cut this out. Sometimes I don't.
Yeah,
I just let it mend together. Sometimes I let it say Part 2. It depends on my mood.
I was gonna say, like, when the video pops up, or when you do the video, is there like a segue, or do you just cut right to the beginning?
Sometimes it's just cut through and it just rolls into the movie like we never.
Okay. All right.
Never. I don't know. It depends on how I feel it sounded. You know what I mean? Sometimes our intros are a little like goofy and retarded, and I leave them in. This one just seems kind of normal. Maybe we'll cut this one out. I don't know.
Or if they go longer.
Yeah, they're too long, and I'm just like, I don't want you're gonna lose them. More. Yeah. So.
That's funny.
Yeah, it depends on my mood when I edit it. We'll see.
Yeah, because like we both said, like, how often do we revisit episodes and listen or watch or whatever? You know what I mean? Like,
never. I should revisit them more. I mean, remember we started cutting in like in episode 1. I did some clips here and there and whatever. And I'm like, it's just don't have the time for this right now. We were still so new doing stuff, and now I don't have the time. Maybe one day we'll get big enough where we have an editor and we'd let him do that. He can add all the clips in he wants and
Well, if people
just
check
send people
out
files.
if people check out the what's it called video, the Grindhouse Gripes video, I covered Jason Takes Manhattan. I added some scenes in there and I added some clip art, but
But imagine doing that for like a 3, 4, 5
that's
hour
the
fucking podcast.
and that's the difference.
You know.
I did a 12-minute video and I spent about an hour and a half on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
It probably would have taken Wolfman like 15 minutes to do what it took me an hour and a half to do.
No,
But
I'm
to
saying
be
it would have
fair-
took a lot. It would have taken a lot more time because I'd have to go through the whole episode piece by piece, add stuff, places.
Right, but I'm
I would
saying for
literally
an
have to
11 or
watch it
12
again.
minute for 11 or 12 minute video.
No, it's still going to take me. It would still take me an hour and a half.
Really? Okay, so I
Yeah,
don't
because
feel too
you
bad.
got to
All right.
shrink picture down. You got to make it look all nice. That's why I've been lazy. I haven't done the Grindhouse shorts yet.
Well,
Because
one of the
when I do Grindhouse
funniest-
shorts and I start making my little short reviews, I want to put video
Yeah.
in them. But I'm just
Well,
like, I'll get to that eventually. You know.
I think our shorts will have more of the cutaway stuff and the this and that. But like this is just more of a straightforward podcast.
Yeah.
I will say one of the funniest things that we've done so far to this date is the Jar Jar Binks references for like the Exorcist and stuff. Like
that was funny. That was good.
yeah, it was excellent. And like the village people and I mean like those
Oh god, I forgot what episode I was in. Yeah, I was supposed to go back
Quarantine.
and do that. Yeah, I have to make a note of that. Write that down. I have to go back of that and do that.
all right, you know what? Yeah, I will write that down because I keep thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, did he put the village people on the
No.
stairs? Because you were like, yeah, it was the cop and the fireman. And I was
Yeah.
like, and the Indian and the construction worker, and then that was it.
Yeah, the one where they're running and it's all hell's breaking loose. I want to put the village people on that stair, like hanging out. They're like, yeah, it's hilarious.
I'm writing it down right
All
now.
right, I'll keep note of that.
Man, village people. I'll wake up tomorrow and be like, Wolfman Village people. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
what the fuck? What does that mean?
You'll
What
remember.
happened last night? Jesus. I've been sober
much
for how many
orange-
years? Shit, I broke. Oh, god damn it.
I was like, too much orange Gatorade. That's what it is.
Broke my sobriety for Wolfman and village people? What the fuck?
I got Bill Cosby over here. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
happened. All right. So, as we said earlier, this movie takes place in 2027.
2027 Los Angeles. I mean, I
Yep.
think they travel eventually, but we'll get into that.
Yeah. We are a minute and 38 seconds in. It's basically opening credits and very basic, like, Skinamax type of touchy-feely bullshit.
Yeah. Ready?
And 1, 2, 3, go.
All right. So where we cut in here, we have our main character. It turns out he's going at it with a pretty good-looking woman. You know,
Yeah.
seems like it's gonna be a little Skinamax startup here, and all of a sudden she grabs him by the neck, and you're like, "Oh shit, something's up
Kinda
with her." And
stuff I'm
you're like, she's a cyborg.
See, I
So-
didn't think she's a cyborg. First thing I
Well,
was like, all right,
because of the
shit's getting
movie.
real.
Well, because of the
Yeah.
movie, and then she's like, "I can crush your throat." And then the way they film it, though, you make it seem like he's overpowered by her. That's why you're like, "Oh, she's a cyborg." Or at least my brain said that. So
Nah, I just
she's
thought she
checking
was
him,
into it.
but then she's checking to see if he's a cop or whatever. And I'm like, realizing, yeah, I mean, you were just thinking too much with your other head.
Yeah, well,
You're
I mean,
like-
she's pretty hot.
you're
But
like,
you know
oh.
what? One thing I will say that Hollywood needs to get back is this ambient orange light.
Well, this is
don't
like that
see
that
it.
noir type of, in a way, even though it's not black and white, it's that modern day noir.
Yep.
You know?
It's like high contrast, high
Yeah.
saturation, and a beautiful orange tint. And movies don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
I miss it.
This is the B movies, man. A lot of these
Yeah.
B movies or these action, martial arts, and sci-fi from this time era in the '90s all had this.
Yep.
This is like that. It looks like film. You know what I mean? It looks like a movie. It has that feel.
Yeah, that 24
Like, yeah.
frame per second with the fucking no
Right.
stutter, beautiful
Yeah.
transitions.
So, she's a cyborg. He's an LA police officer, and he's trying to stop the so-called terrorist ring of cyborgs that are trying to. I would like that scene there. It's the scene
Yeah,
where
it's
the
pretty
little
cool.
the tongue's flicking. It's got pretty
Yeah.
good practical effects in here, for the most part. We're gonna get into some shit later that's a little hokey and whatnot, but for the most part, the effects crew is really good.
Yeah.
And so he recovers something off her that was supposed to be of some sort of national security, basically.
Now, wait. we got to hit pause.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, pause. Normally, when we cover a movie, whenever we see a gun, we're like, oh yeah, it's a fucking Colt. Or no, it's a 38 Special snub nose. This movie has too many fucking guns. So I don't think we're going to be able to deal with every one. But I think the Barrett 30 cal makes an appearance in this movie.
Barrett? No, it's a Browning.
Browning, the 30 cal. Barrett's the 50 cal.
No, Barrett's just a company.
Oh, see, because I heard
Browning,
Barrett 50 cal.
Yeah, well, that's Barrett is
that's their 50 cal.
Yeah, there's other 50 calibers, but Barrett is like I forget the
like
model
Smith
number.
And Wesson or
yeah,
Remington.
but they had that. It was like the iconic 50 caliber sniper rifle.
Right.
It was one of the first ones, but it's just a big company. Browning made a lot of the machine guns, but the 30 caliber was like the main
on the tank, right?
Yeah, tanks, airplanes, whatever. This might actually be a 50 cal Browning, but I think it's a 30. It depends. I'll have to get a better look at it. It might be a bigger.
Yeah.
But it's still a Browning machine gun. It's still.
See, the only reason I've thought it was a 30 is because I've seen people hold the 50, and the 50 looks manageable. This thing looks cartoonishly big.
Yeah, but the 30 is smaller though.
I thought the 30 was bigger.
30 caliber is smaller. 50 caliber is higher.
I'm not talking about the bullet size. I'm talking about the actual size of the gun.
No, the Barrett 30 caliber is smaller. It's like it's like tripoded usually and whatnot. The 50 cal would be like the monster bullets, the extra long barrel.
Yeah, see, I'm going off of like the ones that they pull off a tank, like it's like attached to a tank, and they can like pull it off and walk around with it.
Yeah, but the one that's attached on the top of the tank is still a 30 cal, but it doesn't have like a
right.
This one has like a fucking like 6-foot barrel on it. That's why it might be a 50 cal. But the Brownings had like
all right. So the ones on the tanks don't have that.
They only
long
have like
of a barrel.
They have like a 2-foot barrel, but they're still you wouldn't normally
They're
walk
massive.
around with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still massive. Like you would be like an M60 at that time, or most time, or an M249.
Okay.
The M60 was I think a 7.62 round, and then the M249 was a 5.56. Now they're coming out with they have like a 2.23 machine gun now and 7mm I think coming out like some new stuff for the because they want the ammo to be lighter for the
I'll say the
gunners.
2.23 is starting to get real popular.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean not that there's much of a difference between 2.23 and 5.56, but yeah. Anyway, we're going gun nerd stuff. Not that I'm a fucking huge
but I
expert,
just wanted to clarify. There's going to be a lot of guns in this movie. We might not cover them all.
Like this one's very eerily familiar to Friday the 13th Part 6 with the handgun because he had that huge fucking. That's what the thing on the top is a laser. Like back then,
the
lasers
laser
were
scope.
Like, just like for the no, it's not even. It's just a laser dot. It's not even like a scope. It's just like, but it's so massive back then because it's the 90s. Yeah, it was like this long on the top and like that fat.
Yeah.
You don't look through it. It just shoots the red laser out when you pull the trigger.
Oh, so it's not a laser sight. Like it actually has the red dot on there, and that's what you aim with.
No. It shoots the laser out.
Oh,
it's
okay.
just the
red
laser. That's what I'm saying. It's a laser.
See, I know they exist, but I've
red
never
dot
used
sight's
one.
different. That's the when you look in the thing.
It doesn't produce a laser. It's just the red dot in the middle of the. That's what I've used before. Yeah. I've never used a laser.
Yeah, the one Friday 30, he's like, so wherever the laser goes, it goes bang. You know, so that was the line.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he's got there when he pulled it out. It's just like cartoony looking thing because the laser technology was ridiculous then.
Yeah, I would love to have a laser sight.
Now they make green ones. They're fantastic.
Really?
They're not even red. They have green ones. Well, I mean, I'm sure they made them for a while, but I like the green better.
It used to be all red.
Yeah.
Where are you at? 344?
Yep.
All right, and we'll hit play on 1, 2, 3, play.
All right, so he's getting her stuff. He's got a bunch of weapons. He knew he was going to be in for a fight basically now on his way out. He just shot her in the face, and you see all the fun cyborg stuff and whatnot. So now he's got that sweet 90s tactical shotgun that you see in like everything. That the folding stock was never out. It was always on the top of it, so it made it like a pistol grip, like a little short.
The iconic look of that shotgun is the stock up.
Yeah, not out. Yeah. And then the ammo rail, because it had like the little pouch, had like 5 or 6 rounds on there.
Yep, your little extra shells on the side.
So now he's trying to walk by these people, be all inconspicuous, and it's like
They're all wearing sunglasses indoors like a bunch of douchebags.
like a bunch of mumble rappers.
I actually hate his glasses because they're just regular glasses with like sunglasses attached to the front.
I hate all of them. But now it's like this super hot chicks with guns moment.
Yeah, well, they're all wearing these tight little mini black dresses. Not the guys, thank
girls,
God.
Yeah. But it's like they got these big Polynesian Indian guys with them, and then there's like these little skinny white girls in their fancy cocktail dresses or whatever. Like
very hard to combat in a mini skirt.
Well, like later on when they're running, when we're gonna get there, and she's running in her skirt, it's like they didn't even care. There's like panty shots like left and right.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
I was waiting for it.
It was hilarious. They were just like, yeah, and like a higher budget movie, they would have covered that up, but not this one. They were just like, whatever, we don't give a fuck.
No, the scene was too good. Fuck it.
But those like areas are awesome, like where they filmed. So good. Like that whole scenery with all those rubble down buildings and stuff. You won't get stuff like that today. Like, you don't get stuff like that.
The budget on this had to have been over $5 million.
No, well those are real places that are probably being demoed, so they probably didn't pay much at all for those.
Yeah, but the shots that take place there.
No, they didn't cost shit to do that. Probably.
I don't know. Man.
I don't think so.
Pretty intricate shit going on.
Nah, I doubt it.
Now she's wearing a glove that is missing the thumb. I've seen fingerless gloves. But like not just all fingers there and then just the thumb missing. Like
they definitely
it's probably
did
like
it
for cell phones.
They did it for the tattoo on her hand. They won the highlight.
I know why they did it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm saying like they specifically just did that.
So you see the tattoo.
Yeah, so you see the tattoo. Well, it comes in later. Yeah, when he like sees her. But it's like really dumb for him to shoot that fence. I thought tactically.
Do you see him running?
Yeah.
He's like. They're like, hey, we have to convey that you're running for your life. And he's like, more dramatic. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, so here's some of the rundown scenes that we're talking about. These like rubble mountains and a big, I don't know if it was like a stadium that was going up or.
This is basically Detroit 2027.
Yeah. It's Detroit now. I don't know.
Yeah. Fucking the Detroit Lions haven't won shit. They tore down the stadium. They moved to Austin.
Oh, God. There's got to be rebar sticking up everywhere. This has got to be like the stuntman's nightmare running on this stuff. The most
dangerous shot.
Yeah. Now all these squibs are going off and they're shooting little rock pieces everywhere. I'm sure like that's why all these people are wearing glasses, really. It's to protect their eyes during this scene. So they had to put it in earlier.
And they're all probably like, they're having this gun battle, 1 versus like 4 or 5. But they're at one point, they're like 10 feet from each other and just blasting at nothing.
I think that was our Mexican dude right there. That was in Renegade.
The one who just went wee.
Yeah, it was in a Renegade show.
Yep.
Here comes the gratuitous panty scenes. There's a little bit there.
He's climbing up. It's basically a big demolished building, or like you said, a stadium.
Yeah,
so a lot of cool runner. It'd be a cool airsoft place.
It'd be too dangerous. People would fucking die.
Yeah, that's what would make it real.
It's just ridiculous. This gets
separate the men from the boys. Now wait, this guy is shooting 2 guns, so obviously 1 in each hand.
But he's doing
when you
would
shoot 2 guns, wouldn't you go like this, or maybe 1 gangster? No, he goes like this.
Yeah, it's
Look
like
at that.
I don't know how he's shooting straight. He'd be shooting like I don't know.
Literally, it'd be making an X pattern.
Yeah. So then the other girl comes out of nowhere. We were like, she's been missing from the scene. It was like the 2 guys and the other girl with the short skirt, but now this one's got pants on. Wasn't she wearing a dress earlier? And now she's got yoga pants on.
I think that was her jacket because she took off her jacket.
Yeah. But anyway, she's got this like shotgun, but they had this like tube on top of it. And like I thought it was supposed to be like a scope or whatever, but they're gonna put a bullet in it, and it's the most ridiculous thing ever because it's like one of the largest bullets I've ever seen. But like, there's no trigger mechanism, there's no whatever. It's just like some of the worst.
It's basically like if somebody put a piece of PVC pipe on an NES Super Scope.
Because like I thought they were trying to be all futuristic and putting that on there, but no.
Because if it was a mortar would go under the barrel. Normally.
Yeah. It's so dumb the way they do it.
Yeah, I don't know who the gun expert was on this film, but he didn't get a lot right. He got some stuff right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't really put a mortar under a shotgun. That's why they put it over it. Just that you
See,
can't
I
because you got the
thought
pump.
the ones that I've seen, they have it underneath
Yeah,
where you.
on an M16 or an M4 or something like that. This is a shotgun.
Oh
You
yeah,
can't-
so if
you
it's a
can't-
pump
yeah,
shotgun,
you
you're
can't have
already
any-
using
yeah.
a pump mechanism.
Yeah,
Right,
You
right.
can't have it under. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, or you can have a shotgun underneath, like an M4 or an M16 or something. It's like a master key, whatever they call it.
Yeah,
So-
but this ain't no over
No.
under. It's not. It's not
No.
like a double barrel.
No, it's a pump shotgun. There's no attachments for it. Like just how it is.
It would make more sense if they had to light a fuse on top to let it fucking shoot out.
Honestly, it would. It would
Yeah.
literally make more sense because
Now, he finds this cute little puppy in the wreckage.
Totally-
he was just shot in the back.
totally
flew
don't
through this
understand why
opening.
this is in the movie. I have no idea. And because
No.
later it gets even worse because you know what I mean. It's just no. I'm just saying. Like I don't get it.
I hate it. It's like my least favorite part
Yeah.
of the movie. But he's
I'm bringing it up
he's-
though later.
Yeah, he's crawling on his belly. He's
Here
avoiding
it is.
shot.
Here's the bullet.
She pulls out this magic bullet. Looks like a
It
big
doesn't
old
even
fucking
fit right.
dildo.
It doesn't even fit right. That's like one of those fucking anti-tank cannon round. I don't even know what the
Yeah, anti-tanks, right? Yeah, that's about right.
yeah. Well, it's like a penetration round. I'm trying to think of what it. It's not a 50 cal. It's bigger than a 50 cal.
Oh, I don't even think it's measured in millimeter anymore. I think it's fucking inches. Like that.
No,
thing's
it's
massive.
millimeter because it's still the tank rounds in millimeters.
Okay.
The tank rounds
I-
are like
yeah, I
105
don't know what-
millimeters, 120 millimeters. Like
Yeah,
that
I
might
don't know
be.
what that would be though. It's basically about the size of the vibrator in your mom's nightstand. And she
Yeah.
shoots it and she gets him. Now, he finds this safe and he puts this little puppy in the safe and he closes the door.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I hope you don't die because you just fucking condemned that dog to death.
This fucking
No one's going to find
yeah.
that thing.
Yeah, it's fucked up. This is actually a really cool scene coming up. All right, so I'm gonna skip some of this fucking bullshit talking. We don't really need this. She just tries to tell him that it's yada yada yada. He's doing
Resistance is fuel time.
yeah.
blah, blah.
You're fighting for the wrong side.
Right.
You know. And then she shoots
get
him a bunch of times. Where is
Then-
it? You know what? Fuck it. We'll just tell him about it. We'll just skip through it. He has this piece of metal sticking out of his leg.
Yep.
And he leans up while she's talking too much, like a typical movie villain, even though we'll find out later she's not really the villain. And he fucking stabs her with it. It's kind of badass, you know, because he's all fucked up. The buildings crumbled down on him. He was hit by that fucking rocket round or whatever you want to call it. He he got flown into the building. So then now the LAPD drones are there, so she is all wounded and he gets the fuck out of there. But somehow now the dog's out of the safe.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I didn't see anyone let him out.
Yeah, licking his face or whatever. So I'm going to
So what
skip
time are you
to 15:07.
Okay. Now-
I stopped at. I'm going to stop at 15:10 to catch up. 15:10.
All right, now hold on. 15:09, 15:10. I will say the one thing we skipped was they actually have a scene where the doctors are putting the guy back together because he was part robot at this time.
Yeah, he was-
One thing he said to her is when she's like, "Oh, you're a cyborg. You're not even human." He said, "I'm 84.5% human." So he did have like the metal foot. You saw the robotic foot.
Well, I think he had
but
some
was-
other. He had some other parts too, probably. But yeah,
right, but he was mostly human
Yeah.
at that point. Well, now they put him back together, and they have this little scene where the doctor's working on him and stuff. So obviously, with all the
He's
damage
getting
that he
more
took,
and
he
more
is
robotic,
more
yeah.
cyborg now.
Yeah. She also called him a traitor, I think, who was whatever
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, blah blah blah. All right, so
Fuck her.
ready?
Yep.
All right, play. So now time has passed. The dog's like looks grown up ish. I don't know how much time has passed. I don't remember them saying.
They said 6 months.
6
which,
months. Yeah, I mean it's a big dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a husky or
it's
something like
some
that.
sort of Malamute or something, some bigger
Yep.
Arctic dog in a desert climate because it look like they're
Yeah.
in fucking middle of fucking buttfuck Mexico right now.
Fucking dog hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see him inject that shit into his neck.
It's
They
kind of
call
like
it speed loading.
yeah, he's
in
like
this movie.
cybernetic painkiller, fucking
Yeah,
whatever. Probably steroids for fucking
and they refer to it later.
yeah.
They refer to it. They call him a junkie or something.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's something bad. So now you have like this Julia Roberts looking bitch with this obvious wig walk up
Well,
to him because he's in like this bar,
yeah.
but it's all torn down, barely has any walls.
It's
I
like
mean,
your typical '90s movie shithole Mexican cantina.
yeah, but
I guess
there's
you know.
literally three people in there.
Yeah.
Our main protagonist, the bar wench, and like some random guy.
And it seems like they're together, the wench and the guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then our protagonist gets his gun on his lap, and he's got this smirky smile. He orders a couple beers, and then the other guy throws a shotgun up on the table randomly. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it's like
It's one of those bars, huh?
he's flexing. So here comes the shotgun right now. He's like, look, so here's my shotgun.
Sweet fucking
Yeah.
shotgun, by the way.
Yeah, they're definitely badass. They're pretty large beers too.
Yeah, those are like they're not a 40, but there might
Yeah.
be like a 32.
Yeah. Well, they do 22 and a half ounce. Some
Yeah, they
companies.
got 20, 22, or
Yeah.
24, whatever,
Yeah.
and then 30, and then up. Yep. You got your basic talking. I guess he's looking for information. Obviously,
Do you know it's weird
he
how
was-
she has like white gums?
Yeah, dude, I was just about to say something, but
Well, obviously you're like, oh wait, she's a cyborg now, but it's like, did they give her like a mouthpiece? Does she have like jacked up teeth? Like what's going on? Because you figured they would still give her like regular gums, but maybe it's just like a telltale of a cyborg. I never really noticed the gums on the other ones, but for some reason hers like stood out big time. It was like really weird.
could it be the actress though?
I don't know. Maybe she's jacked up teeth and
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
maybe in real life. Well, either way, she's not a problem anymore.
no. She's like, oh shit. Then he goes into this whole like inner monologue about how he wanted blah 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 to tell her like
Listen,
it's
with
just-
these movies
yeah.
from the 90s, it's always where's the data disc or where's the chip. It's either a disc or a chip
Yeah.
or a disc.
Yeah. But he also wanted to be like, maybe you were right. But I'm gonna get my revenge on you anyway. Fuck you. Blah blah blah.
Yep.
I mean,
Now,
it
when
basically
he
blew
shoots
them
her,
both to hell, and she was flying.
yeah, but she's obviously on a cable system.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
when she got shot, it's straight up just like fucking 10 feet behind her. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Then,
So now you have the one. She's the one to the left. We didn't go over her in the thing, but she's kind of like the main woman in the movie, even though you don't see her through most of the movie.
yeah.
But she's the stunt woman that I was telling you about that ends up being the actress. And then the one on the right here, that's the girl that plays Shiva in the Mortal Kombat. That's the
Wait, the
dark-haired
blonde
one.
hair plays Shiva?
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause she's got the
Okay.
dark skin.
Yep. She's
like
pretty.
Indian or whatever. I don't know what she is, but and then the one on the left was this was the stunt woman turned actress for this movie. But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, she's
Yeah,
not
no,
an
they're
actress
both
because
good-looking
she has a
girls.
very manly voice. That's probably why she's not like an actress, and she's a stunt woman.
Yeah. They're both wearing their business
Yeah.
skirts, like the business jacket with the skirt bottom.
But that was
obviously.
like the '90s thing for the women. It's like their power skirts.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
shoulder-
yeah. At least it's not the pantsuit, like they're coming out like Hillary Clinton.
No, but
you know?
that's like later. Did this like in the '90s? It was always about like being sexy, powerful women.
yeah, it was
Even though
chic.
it was- yeah. So they had the business blazer tops, low cut usually. Some
Oh
sort
yeah,
of blouse
Ally
underneath and-
McBeal. Yeah, they're just talking right
Yeah.
now. I guess
I say I say we skip
Yeah,
over
we could
it,
totally skip this.
but it's kind of fucked up. He leaves or whatever, and the dog growls at the one girl. And spoil, if you don't want to hear this, fucking fast forward. But
Well, wait, the dog bites off her finger. Actually,
yeah, I was gonna get to that. He growls
Yeah.
at her, the girl, and then they do this cut, and then he walks off, and then next thing you know, the dog fucking bites off her fucking hand or finger, yeah, and then she fucking shoots it. So he like left that dog to die. It was kind of fucked up. He just like he could have called the dog over, he saved it, he like whatever, but he just like fucked up.
And it's not just this dog that he found randomly
Yeah.
that day. Like he saved this dog months ago.
Yeah. And
but,
they even
you know
show
what,
a
it was
burial
puppy.
scene with him. So if he cared that much, he would have called the dog over. Like he buried it and like put him. It's like fucked up. Like kind of pissed me off
Yeah.
actually.
No, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Like, he straight up walked away from this conversation, and then they shot the dog, and then, like, that's it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The guy didn't even turn around. Like, it's not like he heard the gunshot. He's like, oh, shit, my dog.
Yeah, he just
You
kept
know?
walking. Didn't even give a fuck.
Now,
Yeah.
did they have the scene where he's burying the dog?
Yeah, that happened. I
Okay.
skipped past that, so I'm at 2218. It's gonna
Okay,
be new
22:18.
Rio de Janeiro 1 year later. So I don't know. So now I guess it's like a year and a half because it was 6 months, or
Right,
or
okay.
maybe it's just a year later. I'm not sure how that works if they add time to it or whatever. But so
But there's quite a few time jumps in the beginning of this movie.
yeah. So I'm at 2218. All right, ready?
Yep.
Play. So yeah, you see the statue of the Jesus thing, up in Rio or whatever. And now we cut to the shady industrial park, I guess. So
Yep.
so he kind of left the organization per se, like the LAPD. That was just a revenge mission. He wanted to tell them he left them, blah blah blah. That's what we were getting at earlier, and we just kind of talk. And then, but he was going to kill them anyway. So he's trying to smuggle stuff and make money and give the old fuck you to the LA, PD, cyborg division or whatever he was part of.
Now, when I watched the beginning part of this on Crackle, it had the his inner monologue, and he even said, like, I tried being a smuggler.
Well, his
but,
inner
I was a
monologue is
shitty
here now. Yeah,
he does have it here.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It's him talking here too.
okay, because he said he was a shitty smuggler.
Yeah. He's like, I tried my hand, that didn't good. Now this is Tom Matthews. It's his first appearance out of 2, I think, in the movie. He has a little, which is kind of
2.
Yeah, I think he's one a little bit later, but
Tom Matthews has a very distinct voice.
Yeah.
If you've noticed, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
man, he should have been so much bigger. I'm sorry. I love him.
They had him very sleazy and kind of fucked up here, but he looks a little more normal later, like how we know him.
Yeah, this version of him or this part of the movie.
Yeah, his teeth are all jacked up. They show him like he's got all these, like they gave him mouth. You know what I mean? Like he's supposed to be all scummy and whatnot.
Like he's not been taken care of like a cyborg or whatever. Yeah,
he's definitely he's definitely a black market type of dude. That's what they're trying to give him off. Like,
yeah. Now, what's cool about this part is earlier I was mentioning the nice orange ambient with the noir look. This has almost like a cool blue filter. And a lot of sci-fi movies use this filter. If like Blade Runner, a lot of these blues and ambient grays. Beautiful look.
Well, and it's funny because now he's like, yeah, I'm unarmed. And then all of a sudden his face slides apart and a cannon bullet comes out and he like fucks him up and shoots our protagonist there, Alex. And now
he tells him, oh, you'll live.
Yeah, you'll live because your LAPD people are going to come get you. Because he knows, he's like, yeah, I don't trust you. I know who you were. You may be trying to do this stuff, whatever, but, I ain't getting you.
Yep.
So I guess some shit's going down in the cyber world and whatnot, So now he wakes up and kind of like almost looks like an Alcatraz looking prison type Mexican system. You know what I mean? Like it's that old 19 or 1800s, like, like
the Count of Monte Cristo type of fucking.
Yeah, it's like fucked up. And you see that weird German guy that you were talking about, and then we have Byron, whatever his fucking name was, the guy I was talking about, but he has that stupid accent. And then we have Tim Thomerson comes in, who plays our Farnsworth character. He's the head of the LAPD, and these are like, I guess, his right and left hand man, I guess you can call them.
Yeah, this jerk off with the German accent is literally playing off of the evil German stereotype accent.
Yeah.
He's like, but my fear, like that kind of German, not even like a convincing.
Well, even
German.
the other guy's he's an American, but he has that stupid accent. He does it in a lot of movies. He just like talks really dumb. I don't know.
It's like when he was cast, they're like, do you know any accents? He's like, do I? They're like, fuck, we should have never asked this guy.
So you want to skip ahead? We don't really need to go through this, do we?
Yeah, no, the cops are pretty much just trying to convince this guy to
yeah.
do this one last job and find this one last person
and then
blah, blah,
then
blah.
they'll set him up in retirement. He'll have all the money he needs, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I would like to do 30, 45.
I'm at 30, 48. Close enough.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did you hit play?
No, but I just... Where do you...
And now.
So,
man, that's so weird how we always pick like around the same moment.
Yeah, I just felt like you can cut like a couple minutes out of here. They're that.
Why is that guy?
Well, he's just smoking a cigarette. So now they're in.
But he's holding his elbow. Did you see?
Yeah,
Like...
it was just he's just sitting smoking a cigarette like he's. So now we're in Shang, whatever. I think it's supposed to be some tropical Asian.
Yeah, like a
country.
Malaysia type of thing.
Yeah. So he's just like walking, and this dude just like pulls a gun on him. He's just like this awesome jumping spin kick, side kick, whatever. Just knocks the dude out, undoes his gun, throws it at him. Then we keep seeing Thomas Jane's butt, which you don't even realize it's Thomas Jane, but it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't he's so young, you know what I mean? You don't even notice. And he's not in the Thomas butt. Yeah, he's not in the Thomas Jane shape that you're used to.
Yeah. No, it's funny because
he's so young.
As he's walking down the street.
So this black guy is the guy I was telling you was in Navy SEALs.
Yes, so that black guy's the guy I said looks like Mr. Hughes.
Okay, that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
So all these
flat top.
So all these dudes are in like, business attire. You can tell they're working for like LAPD or whatever. They're like, and then you get this little fucking ratty monkey girl comes out.
I think she's cute. You know what's weird though? All of these guys, they like kind of like fake like they're knocked out, and then once they're out of the shot, they all like kind of look at each other and they all stand up.
So like
they knew.
Yeah, that extra big white dude actually in that group of 4 guys, he is, in a bunch of like these type of movies too. He's uncredited in here, but he's in the IMDb later. They do show his picture.
Oh,
in there. He's in a bunch of stuff. I just kind of skipped over him. I was just going to mention him. I don't remember. I can tell you his name actually right now. I was going to talk. It's I gotta go full cast.
Well, as you're looking at that, I'm gonna say this is where we get some of our
Sven Ole Thorsen.
Okay. This is where we're getting some of our gratuitous nudity.
Yeah.
And these are the tits that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Which you don't see them. You do later. You don't
get a super clear view right now.
Yeah.
But in a minute you will, and you'll know what we were talking about. What do you think of her appearance, though? Like,
she's hot.
Face-wise.
She's hot. Yeah.
I think she's kind of scary.
No, I think
she's hot.
Her hair is like kind of a little, a little too 90s, but it looks like it's, she just has sex hair right now. She has sex hair.
She almost has like a Denise Richards look to her. Yeah. Like her face.
But like her face doesn't look like she has too much work done to it, really.
No.
I don't know. She's very pretty. She's very good looking. But her hair ruins it right now, though. Granted, it's supposed to be like sex hair right now, like they already went at it, but it's also too, it's that big 90s, like...
It's like the whole can of aerosol fucking,
the Aquanet.
Yeah.
She has that Aquanet hair.
Aquanet,
if she had like a regular fucking hairstyle like now, she'd be super hot.
Yeah, the hair kind of takes me out of it a little. Like a fucking... She looks like a Tim Burton. Fucking rat's bird's nest.
She's got like... mom hair.
Yeah, she has like a family of crows living in her hair.
And then
I gotta write that down because I want you to Photoshop that too.
Rat monkey girl with no hair. She has like this little spiky boy cut.
Yeah. She looks like one of those
this
little...
This is the Asian I was talking about from Karate Kid Part 2.
Yep.
Oh, welcome. He's like...
Yeah, went all fucking Mickey Rourke on us. Oh, hello, America with big penis.
Yeah. Oh, I give you anything you need. Oh, I be a god. I give you anything.
Seriously.
You want me to arrange women, whatever. Yeah, he's that guy, that hotel sleazy clerk.
Can I say something, though? Like, I know it could be deemed as offensive, like, nowadays with the PC police, but I miss these characters in movies, man. These stereotypes.
But that's how it was, though. It's not really... It's a stereotype, but it had to be a stereotype for a reason.
Stereotypes, people hate when I say that, but stereotypes exist for a reason.
Because that's how it was.
Yeah, at some point in time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or, like, granted, it may not be 100% true anymore, but there's still a good 50% of people are probably like him.
And maybe it is over accentuated a little bit, but you see where it's coming from.
Yeah. No, but my point is, like, maybe the people aren't like him, but the other 50% of that population might still be like him.
Yes, absolutely.
So, just because you know people in a big city in like Philly or New York that aren't like that doesn't mean these people don't exist in the real world, because Philly and New York isn't the real world. LA is not the real world.
Yeah, it's not their actual custom and culture.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, people get
Yeah.
offended so easily
Yeah.
nowadays. Like,
Here's our Cary, fucking
Yep.
crazy Japanese Shang Tsung and all
our
other
Shang
roles.
Tsung, yeah. So our main character is checking into his own hotel
Yeah.
room because he's looking for this specific person.
So what we'd
Not-
mention is those 4 guys earlier work for the LAPD because we saw Byron and the other guys
Yes.
all watching. So they had this whole like plan set up. They put a bomb in his shoulder that we kind of skipped that earlier. I meant to mention that, but we got sidetracked. So it's just like Escape from New York or Escape from LA. They put a bomb in his shoulder, goes off in 2 days, but then he realizes like, yeah, they're probably just gonna blow me up when I get close to this girl they're looking for, because they're looking for the girl that was on the left, not the dark skinned girl, the blonde in that hotel cantina scene, the cantina scene in Mexico. They're looking for her, you know. So he thinks she's here. They sent Billy, that guy Billy, Thomas Jane's character, as an informant. That's how they knew where to send him.
Right.
You know, so that's why all these people are around. So now we're realizing, too, he has a camera in his eye. I didn't pick up on that earlier because we get into that scene later.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, because
I wasn't paying 100%. Yeah, because he dropped the thing. Now see all these henchmen.
That's
dudes.
where I said the Mr. Hughes thing, because he had the big black cataract glasses.
Yeah, and he had the gloves.
Yeah.
I kind of vaguely remember, and he had always wore those driving gloves.
Yes, you know who it is now.
Yeah. It's just it took me a little bit to
'Cause he wasn't a
remember.
very popular
No,
wrestler,
no,
you
no,
know.
no.
But yeah. So
they're spying on him.
basically, yeah. Oh, she has a great ass.
Oh yeah, she's a great everything. She worked very hard for this role, and she decided
The
to do
guy
the real
that
thing.
she's with is supposed to be helping her, like they're teaming up or they're partnering for information and stuff. But she calls him out on it.
Well, yeah,
you know?
because he's supposed to be helping her, but he's really a plant. He's really working against her, and she knows. Yeah,
what kind of like 2-bit criminal knows this information, which is true.
Yeah, you're just a low guy on the totem pole. You know too much.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Now this is one of the scenes.
See, now when
where
I
you
know
kinda
it's Thomas
see-
Jane, I look at him, I see it, but he's so young. Like I see it.
You
but
wouldn't
I
have
don't.
guessed
yeah,
it without knowing.
No, yeah, there's no way. And he's very pimply too. Did you notice his face is like covered in pimples?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not saying he's on steroids because he's obviously not that big. But like with back knee and stuff like that.
Yeah, but he could have
it's usually-
just had bad skin, and we get a
Yeah,
good group
could've.
shot here.
Now this is where we first see like the quality of the implants. And like I said, they're not horrible, but you can tell they're fake.
She actually looking at this a little more, she definitely did go up a little too many cup sizes now. Like
Right,
maybe
that-
like one too many because you got that spread tit going on a little bit. Like
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like not just the she
Now,
got the spread,
this
but
dude-
also like
I'm
The
sorry, I
north.
cut this off. The dude right here on the right that's gonna actually sort of start to kill him. He's from
Yep.
Cyborg with Van Damme. He's the main villain.
oh okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Like
Now
I'm
this
almost,
guy
I'm almost
Billy-
positive that's him. I'm almost positive.
This guy Billy has a name on his arm tattooed that says Billy.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone who has their own name tattooed on their fucking arm?
No.
Okay. Right now they're choking him, and he's like, "Come on, we had a deal, you fucking bitch." And she drives his face into the wall, and then I guess the bodyguard's gonna go ahead and do the rest of the job, if you will.
Well, now you got the Asian. So there's all these like different gangs because he's supposed to be there. The meet her, get something, and bring it to the volcano. And this other people are gonna take it. I forget what they called them. It's too low right now. I can't hear.
Yeah,
And they were gonna take this thing, and they're only gonna be there till sundown or something.
like the Hammerheads or something.
Yeah, somewhere. And then so now the Asian gang is now confronting him.
I call them the Hawaiian shirt gang. 'Cause
Hawaiian,
they're all
Hawaiian,
wearing
well,
Hawaiian
yeah,
shirts.
we call them the Hawaiian shirt gang.
Yeah.
HSG, Hawaiian shirt gang, HSG.
They do have a heavyset guy in the gang because every gang needs a fatty.
Especially if they're wearing Hawaiian shirts. There's got to be some Polynesian dude, Hawaiian guy, like
You have to.
Samoan, whatever. Like, you got to.
Yeah. But they're trying to get information off of our main character right now. What are you doing here? What are you looking for?
Shang Tsung's kicking the crap out of our main protagonist.
As he should. Shang Tsung. The way that this fat Hawaiian holds a gun makes me nervous. Do you see this?
The guy on the left.
Yeah.
He's got his hand right on it. Like,
Yeah.
but I guess technically, in real life he would have his hand on the trigger, but it's a movie. Yeah, but he's like, he's got that weird double.
Like, I don't know which finger's gonna pull the trigger.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think this finger's gonna pull this finger to pull it.
he's got to help
Seriously,
himself.
I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, there should have been someone on set to show him how to hold a gun, at least. This other dude's got it down to a science. That dude
he's on it.
He looks like he could be a real henchman, honestly. He's
Yeah,
probably a stunt guy,
obviously.
maybe collects money from the mob on the side,
It's probably like they needed, like, look, there's 3 of us. We need a 4th. Go get that fat Hawaiian guy from catering. He already has the shirt.
He's got the shirt. I'm sure he worked somewhere in the business in a little,
Probably never held a gun in his life. He's like,
Oh no, I'm talking about the other dude. I'm like, he probably works like.
oh,
the stunt guy. He's probably like worked in the business
that guy
somewhere.
Looks like he's trafficked cocaine in his life. I'm not saying a long time.
That's what I'm saying. Like he looks like he's been in some shady dealings. The way he's holding that gun, the way he looks, like wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, like totally. Yeah, this other dude, like you said, is totally part of the catering company, and he doesn't have the hot dogs on the back of his neck to show how badass he is, like a bouncer. But he's got a mean double chin in the front, though.
You gotta have the credit card swiper in the back.
Yeah, I forget who said that, but they were talking about the hot dogs in the back of his neck, and you know how badass the bouncer is by how many hot dogs, the rolls on the back of his neck. I forgot who it was. I want to say it was like Chris Rock or something, but it might not have been him. Yeah, it was like
We'll
one
have
of
to
the
find
funniest.
it after we're done recording.
Yeah, I have to figure that out. It's funny. Actually, while you're talking about the scene, we can probably fast forward this in a second.
I would actually go to 44:38.
Yeah. So
basically, they
I'm at
don't get the information off
now.
the guy.
Yeah.
They don't get the information, but they do find out he has a bomb in his chest.
Yeah, and they're like,
they all
"Oh,
try to
shit, I'm outta
vacate the
there."
room fast. Huh?
They're like, oh shit, we're out of here, because they're like,
Yeah.
oh, the LAPD can blow that thing up any time. So now we got the cyborg guy. Literally, I mean, he's a cyborg, but we're talking about how he's in cyborg. They break
Did you
into
hit
his
play?
room. Yeah. I'm at 44:58 now.
All right, hold on. 44:58. I'm in.
Go. All right. So she's swiping, trying to figure out his identity, true identity, whatever, and he's beating the shit out of him in the shower. So our main protagonist is naked, and this dude's like fucking him up.
Yeah, this Milli Vanilli looking motherfucker.
Yeah, he's got a scanner on him also, so they're running a dual scan here to try to figure out who this guy really is, or if he's like cyborg or whatever.
If he is working with the cops, or is he someone?
They're trying to get some sort of ID on him, and then
he's reaching for a gun that he has under a towel, but he's like this far away. Like he's...
Now she wants him in. He checks out. And then he's going to get shot anyway because he fucked up.
Seriously.
And like,
I mean, if somebody's going to hold me by my throat while I'm naked right out the shower, you're getting shot in the fucking face.
But then he makes a smart-ass remark because his gun doesn't work. He's got to load it first because he forgot to cock it. And then he's like, and then he gets shot in the neck.
Yeah, he's like, oh, thanks for the reminder.
Yeah. Boom.
Ba-da-bum.
So
now we got
Miss Braless, hard nipples, and more man ass.
But it's not even just like a little, like it's like a third of the screen is straight up ass.
Yeah. She's like, I apologize. I just want to make sure you were who you were.
Yeah, this guy's ripped. This is the first time I'm seeing, like, actually paying attention.
Oh, yeah.
But you said, like, 4% body fat?
Yeah, he dropped himself down to 4% body fat training for this role to get in better shape.
Yeah.
But, like I said, he's literally a kickboxing champion. And he's from France. Because France has some pretty nasty kick. They have a different... Oh, yeah. They do regular kickboxing, but they have their own sort of style of kickboxing.
They have a style of Muay Thai that they practice over
I forget
there.
what it's called, but it's like this... It's less elbows and no elbows really in punching. It's more kicks and knees.
Yeah,
but it's crazy. I forget the hell what it's called, but it's really entertaining to watch.
It's almost, and it's not like dancing like capoeira, but it has this quality, like the flow of capoeira, because those kicks, like Jean-Claude's kicks and the splits and shit.
Yeah,
like,
I think he's more of a Dutch style Van Damme, but I think he does a little bit of French too, because it's a lot of kicks too.
Yeah,
little
like
different.
Boss Rutten.
Yeah, dude, Boss and Ernesto Hoost and these other fucking guys that can kickbox from the Dutch area. There's someone else, I can't think of his name.
Oh, Alistair Overeem.
No, but not him. Yeah, he's another one. Yeah, there's another guy that was just a big actual kickboxer, not an MMA though.
Oh, okay.
I forget who it was.
Now, wait, this is the scene where she finds out that he has a camera in his eye.
Well, she knows,
and
and he finds out. He doesn't realize.
Right, he told her.
Yeah.
So she has this little, like, pen plunger.
No, she told him.
Huh?
She told him. You said he told her. No, she told him. He's like...
No, I originally said she said that he had it, and then you were like, well, he knew. I was like, well, okay,
No. I was saying... Never mind. Whatever.
there was a camera in the eye. She pulls out this little pen plunger. It's like this big... Sucks it right on his eye.
Yeah, see, they're oh, and we're gonna, I think
see how he picked up that gun.
Yeah, I think that's still. I'm not sure. You have to see the barrel opening, but it could be still could be a 30 cal, which is an extra long barrel. The back of it just didn't look big enough to be a 50, maybe. I don't know. It could be.
Now,
I'm not a fucking
now wait,
guns expert,
is he holding? Is that an MP4?
No, MP5.
The MP5. Okay. The German guy.
Yeah, they both are actually. They're both MP5 variants.
Oh, those are fucking beautiful guns.
Yeah, they're awesome guns.
Like I'm a fan of like
MP7s or MP7s or Uzi like. They're like the newer ones, but supposedly they're better.
Like I like Tech 9s and like the Mac 10s and stuff, but man, those fucking MP4, MP5s, the Scorpions and stuff, dude.
Some police actually, instead of carrying like ARs, they carry MP5s in the
really?
Trunks. Yeah, I know where I grew up in Stafford Township. I'm pretty sure they had a few. Instead of them,
shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they had way too much equipment for their own. Like nothing. You know what I mean?
We had this talk off air. Yeah. Fucking SWAT team with nothing to SWAT.
Yeah, they tried to petition for their own SWAT team and helicopter at one point in time, and they got denied because Ocean County has a SWAT team already in Jersey. Like it's just ridiculous. We might tell the public about that one day because it's pretty interesting. It's just stupid people.
Now they knock on this little window. And the counter guy obviously opens it, pulls the gun out, and they grab the gun. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of the pest right there.
Yeah. How can I help you? What can I get you? He's just a big barrel.
Oh, miso sari.
Yeah. He got machine gun barrels in his face.
Now here's Mr. Hughes coming up the steps. Dude, that's a fucking monster. Look, there's the barrel.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if it might be a 50 cal. Yeah, it's very possible. You wouldn't really technically hold that though. I mean, obviously they're cyborgs, so they can.
And he's got the strap. He does have the strap.
But still, you wouldn't. I don't think in real life you're able to hold that.
Oh no! Especially it's like
I've seen that Sons of Guns show make 30 caliber Brownings at the handhelds, but they had like added like gripping on them and stuff, and they had like big shoulder
like
thing
the old
strap.
chain guns or whatever.
No. That's the M134. I'm talking the 30 caliber Browning. It's like that, but a little bit smaller.
But you're saying with the handle on it. That's what I'm saying. Like those chain guns, they used to have the handles on top.
Well, they had a thing on top, but I'm talking like it was like this. The thing you're talking about is just a trigger and a top, like a chainsaw.
Yeah, up top.
You're thinking like holding it like a chainsaw. This was like
yeah.
Kind of like those big shotguns, like sort of with the side grips.
How the fuck would you even hold one of the? Well, like you said,
Dude, it's a pistol. It's a pistol grip and just a side grip where it's on a 45. So it's comfortable. But you'd still have to be a big dude. It's like Schwarzenegger. It's like Stallone with the M60 and Rambo, one arm like in his armpit. It's only because he's so strong he could literally. You won't be able to do that in real life.
No, if that as soon as he shot that gun off, it'd be going in the air.
How about this dude who gets shot right now with the shotgun and goes flying like 30 feet like through doors? Like now these two fucking clowns just shoot.
Fucking cartoon character shooting outline through the wall. Now there's literally a gunfight right now, 5 feet of distance between two guys and one girl, and they're not hitting a fucking thing.
Honestly, though, with that gun, it would probably be spraying all over the place anyway. But
dude, the barrel's so long it's past her. That's how close they are.
Almost. So then he hears this going on. He's in the bathroom and just starts going to town, shooting the floor in a circle, dropping through like I think he goes through like 6 or 7 floors.
I didn't even think the hotel was that. Fucking high,
that's what I was getting at. I don't think it was that. I don't think he was that high up. But somehow she sort of survives and she's able to take both of them out. And they both have super machine guns.
Dude, when that guy with the fucking 50 falls over, the barrel goes... Ugh.
Yeah. That thing had to be so heavy. That's why he's the biggest dude there carrying that thing. So now this other dude just comes out of nowhere through the window and shoots her in half.
Yeah.
So now we have henchman number 1 and Thomerson come in, and he apparently shoots like 300 rounds to get through the floors when he's got like a 30-round mag at most. Never changes it. Like,
maybe he's changing clips between floors.
no, because he just kept falling straight through. It was nonstop. Like,
I'm just saying, like, the only way that would be possible is like every time he hits the floor, he fucking changes.
Well, at least there's a mag change there, though.
What's that?
I said at least he had a mag change there when he was running through, through the alley.
It's like those racing movies, like those Fast and Furious cars. They got like 24 gears.
It's like every scene, there's always another gear for them to go faster. Like,
I didn't know fucking Volkswagen made a 9-speed Jetta.
12
speed.
It's like a 12-speed, man. There's a
Christ.
It's like a semi truck. It's got a flip switch where, like, after you get to 5, you flip the switch and it goes up to 6, 7, and you flip it again. You're up at.
Then you got the nitrous,
speeds.
which instantly boosts you 200 miles an hour. Fuck, I don't want to cover those movies, but
no.
So she is crawling on the ground.
Yeah, she's shot in half now, basically. All fucked up.
And it's actually a really good effect. Obviously, she's in the ground with her neck up, and the body's fake. But it looks good.
Yeah, no, it looks good. It's definitely cool. Definitely good. Definitely good. A good practical effect that they had.
Now the guy, it's crazy because he puts his fingers in her eyes as
you see
a way
robotic,
of like
robo boob there.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
So there's attention to detail, I guess.
With the tits that she has, why would you put fake tits over fake tits? Like,
well, because of all the other stuff going on, I guess they had to just make it one giant chess piece because it's just her head. It's just her head through there. The rest of it's not her.
Yeah, you know it's her head and like her neck.
Yeah.
But the guy sticks his fingers in her eyes and like does a little, moonwalk.
Well, I think he tries to get something out of her because he's like, "Oh, you erased your memory bank." So I think he was going to try to read her mind or something.
But when he pulls it out, it's like black oil, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like if you did that to a cyborg, it'd probably be like oil or.
Yeah, it definitely looks cool. I just, I don't want to. I don't want to even try to get into the theory of the science in this because it doesn't.
No.
Does not work at all. Yeah, I think we can. So now you find out if we skip to. Well, you kind of found out already. She told him in the thing. They see the video. They see that they were able to get something or whatever. So if we skip to.
The original person that she originally said was dead isn't necessarily dead. Her thoughts are on a card.
Yeah, if you skip to 5624, we'll get him actually talking to her. Like in a couple seconds, it'll kick in.
Yeah.
Or actually, it's more like 5706 if you skip up in that area. So I'm at 5709.
Okay, I'm at 5716. I just hit pause, but I'll hit play right
hold on,
to be caught up.
No, well, I'm at all right. So I'm at 57 and 20 now. But anyway, we're gonna skip again in a minute. Yeah. So she's talking about how he's a duplicate now. So we realize like he used to be a good guy. But now they've infiltrated the LAPD. Farnsworth,
not our main character.
No, Farnsworth. As I said, Farnsworth. Yeah, I said that. Farnsworth is now
cutting out.
Okay, Farnsworth is duplicated, and he used to be a good guy, but now he's just a evil robotic overlord, basically trying to wipe out humanity. They're not all those people he was killing weren't really terrorists; they were the good guys. So she crossed over basically, and her body was destroyed, but they were able to upload her mind into this little. Looks like a sidekick before sidekicks were a thing. It kind of.
It's like that Sega that you showed me live the other night, basically.
But it's like weird. It's like this little hollow thing. They put this little Wii memory card into it, or like the SD cards, for cameras or something in it. And she starts talking and whatnot. But
then we immediately get a chase scene because it's like 3 more henchmen.
Well, so I'm at 5824, and he's like doing. Like acrobatic somersault, fucking twirls out windows, and these guys jumping out, and there's machine guns and explosions and badassery going on basically right now.
Like
no one seems to be able to hit anything.
Pause. I want you to go back Hit the 10-second back button. I'm at 58:34.
I'm at 58:33. Close enough.
Okay. The guy wearing like the purple suit that kind of looks like Joe Pesci.
I was going to say, from far away, it kind of looks like Bruce the Barber Beefcake right now, maybe, but...
Now, wait, on the count of 3, hit play.
Right.
I want to point this out exactly when it happens. 1, 2, 3. Now, watch this guy shoot this gun right now. Watch. Boo, 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 boo.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see
He's just wiggling.
Who shoots a gun like that?
Well, I mean, he's getting shot. He's getting shot at the same time. He's getting shot at the same time.
It looked like he had an invisible hula hoop on.
He's doing the wiggle butts. So here's our second appearance.
Second best part of the movie.
Tom Matthews in again. So now he's got more talking. He's like, I don't have time to talk to you.
Yeah, pulled out his little Motorola sidekick now. It's like, oh, okay. Got a page.
As I said, it looks like one kind of. Like it doesn't flip. It just...
the scene.
Yeah. This is one of the greatest scenes in the movie. It's great. So now, like, that one big dude henchman I was talking about earlier, he's, like, roughing up this old lady. But I'll let you finish it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's a legit old lady.
Yeah.
It's not someone in a fucking costume. Because I looked at this lady's arms. I'm like, man, she's some shit.
She's like 900 years old.
Yeah, and she pulls out. What are you saying it is?
Like a 40?
I was gonna say a 40. Looks like a Glock, maybe. Yeah.
It's not a Glock, but it's definitely a 40 or 45. I don't know if I think Glocks are only 9mm at this time. You gotta remember it's like 92.
Oh, that's right, 92. Yeah. Okay, well, if it's a 40 or 45,
it's got to be some sort of like Smith & Wesson or something. That's usually
something
pretty
basic.
common.
Well, so she pulls this gun out of her purse. Looks like she could barely hold the fucking thing. As the guy's turning around, walking away, and she shoots him like 2 or 3 times and he hits the ground. But then she's got to put some, you got to put a little stank on it.
Put a little extra stank on it, yeah.
Dude, she shot him like 10 times. And she goes, like, fucking cyborgs. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. And then he's like, la, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's like, they don't mess around here. He's like, I love this city.
I love it.
They don't take any shit or something. Yeah, it's just classic. So now she's talking about how they injected him earlier with a jammer. So they're talking about that right now. But what were you going to say? Finish. I just want to say that's what they were looking at. No, I'm just saying, like, that scene did not have to be in this movie whatsoever. But I'm so fucking glad it was. Fan service, man. It's fan service. That's what that was.
Seriously.
Love scenes
they
like
said
that.
when this thing has 0 lights left,
it'll explode.
That it's no good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's got, I think, 5 lights still. Yeah, they're trying to hack it right now. He has a couple hours to get that chip to wherever, and then it'll go off. Because they would have blew it up already by now if they could.
Right.
Because now they're realizing she's on a data disk anyway, because they had that thing earlier with her eyes. So this guy's just got like an M60 on a fucking rotating mount, like a gyroscope thing. It's almost like...
where are you at?
It was 101.38. I just let it play the whole time we were talking.
Okay.
So like right before that, though, the guy, you'll see him later. So Tom Matthews is behind. Yeah. So he's got just like an M60. It's the same. It's like the same gun the guy had next to the Browning guy.
Yeah.
Whatever. And he has this gyroscope thing, kind of like Aliens. Like when they put the machine guns, the auto. I forget what the fuck they were called, but yeah.
You can tell he's wearing
a harness,
that vest or something to be able to.
He's wearing a harness, and it's got like a gyroscope to help.
Yep.
So you can it just moves it like with mechanical arms. So it's like you don't even carry the weight. You just can aim it and hold it.
What does this video remind you of?
I don't know what.
That quality video?
No, I don't know.
Think about the video games that used to look like that. Like it was all pixelated and shit.
Oh, it's only when you pull. Oh, when their eyes, like when they look through the they're supposed to look. It's supposed to have cyborg vision, but the cyborg vision's worse than the regular. Yeah, so it looks like the full motion video of like those video games of that time. Yeah, or computer games were like that too. But yeah, or the 3DO and all that. So yeah, I'm at 101.43.
Yeah, okay, I'm at 102. I don't know how I got that.
I stopped it at one point in time.
Okay.
So what you
All
at?
right, I'm
10
there.
what?
I hit pause right now.
Okay.
I'm at 101.53.
All right, hold on. I'll let you know when to hit.
Okay.
I'm gonna skip up here a second if I can.
Sometimes they don't
I
let you
could.
do the
Yeah,
exact point.
play.
Cool.
So like Tom Matthews like move, let's go. And he pushes them. See now it looks a little more cleaned up. It's like more the Tom Matthews we know. He doesn't look as
That's
scummy.
him. That's Jarvis.
His teeth are all cleaned up. It's like a slicked back, you know.
Yep.
So now we got more of
There's
this
your
shitty full motion video here. It's all pixelated.
Corpse killer. Yeah.
It's like
I'm waiting for a Jamaican zombie to pop up around the corner.
it's like 120p. Not even p. It's just like 120.
Yeah, 120.
Oh, I just kicked Algo in the head on accident. He's like laying under my feet. I didn't know his head was right there.
Now these guys are shooting each other at
He's
point blank
got
range.
that big ass fucking machine gun, yet he's still trying to shoot him with a pistol, man. Like from point blank, I'd want to use the fucking machine gun, man.
Seriously, what the fuck are you? You know what? It was probably because it was so fucking heavy that he was like, "Fuck it, I can just pull up this pistol."
Actually,
and,
that has the back shooting. That might actually be something similar to. It's not an M60. It's something more similar to the Browning 30 cal, but it's not a Browning. I don't know. They have a lot of odd machine guns in here that they probably just pulled off of whatever because they looked cool. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So
I'd like to do a little research on some of those like anti-tank guns and shit. Now, what's cool about Tom Matthews in this movie is instead of just being a gun battle, they actually get a fucking fist fight, like a wrestling.
Actually, he has one of the cooler deaths in the movie. We're coming up right here, actually.
Well, they're on this construction site and they're going down this awesome slide.
Well,
like,
this is one of those slides from like the fairs and whatnot. They're like little wavy, but it's covered in mud, so you don't need any water or a rug or anything. But I guess it's supposed to be like. I thought it was
cement.
I know it's covered.
Cement.
It's covered in mud, but I think that's what I was gonna say. It can't be wet cement because it would dry. It's not.
Eventually,
it's not an active construction site, so I think it's still mud. You know what I mean?
Or poop or something.
Yeah.
Now I will say. That was the longest fucking slide I've ever seen. Like they had to have filmed that 10 times just to keep it going.
Pretty high. So then he jacks him up in the air and he hits like one of the cross beams and he loses like half his head and shit.
Good.
It's just a badass scene. It's really good. So then super fucking rat monkey girl.
Hey.
Because she comes out of nowhere. She's starting to do twirls and flips and like she's like a fucking gymnast.
If she had a different haircut, I think she'd be way more attractive.
I know, I agree with you. I'm just joking because she comes out like she keeps popping out of the bushes and she's doing cartwheels and twirling around
But with the haircut, she kind of does look like a rat monkey. So it's like, I think she's cute.
But I wasn't calling her a rat monkey because of her hair. I was talking because of the way she was like popping out of nowhere, jumping out of like fucking trees. And
I'm just saying,
off roofs.
I can see the resemblance of the Samaritan rat monkey. That's all I'm saying. Now. Beautiful location, like this waterfall, rugged scene, very cool. Obviously, they got to jump off a cliff into some water, which I would love to do. I've never done it in my life. I've never jumped off a cliff into like a big basin of water. I would like to do it.
Yeah, there's definitely some cool location scouting here in this movie. It's all about locations in some of these movies. They just do another cliff jump now.
Yeah, what the fuck? How did that work?
I don't know.
There's two cliffs with two different...
Well, there's like multiple tiers, it looks like. So there's another tier. Yeah. Like, it's pretty cool.
No, it's awesome. I'd like to know where that was actually shot. You know what? That actually could be Montana because now it looks like a stream with the rock in it.
Maybe. Could be. It could be part of the Montana area.
Yeah, so... If anyone watches this movie and you guys can pinpoint where this was shot, I mean, it does look a little tropical, so I don't know.
All right, so I skipped to 107.9.
All right, hold on.
107.09. I know it's just like a couple minutes here and there, but they add up.
No, I'm there.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Basically, this scene is she's trying to get him to like, hey, don't kill me.
He draws a gun on her, and be like, what's your deal in this? Like, what do you have to gain? Why are you helping me? Yada yada. She's like, you need a guide. You need someone to get you around. So it's almost like the Asian guy, same spiel, and whatnot. And so
yeah, but less racist.
Yeah. No, but you know what I mean. Like
yeah.
So then he goes to put his little scanner thing to see if she's like a cyborg or what her deal is or whatever, and he places on her, but then she hits something on her belt, I guess, to counter it
Yeah.
and whatnot. It's like a little thing, and then it shoots a fucking laser out of her
Little
necklace. It's like
fucking janky Temple of Doom fucking.
it's like that wouldn't even like activate anything. Like I thought it was just gonna jam the scanner. That's what I was thinking. You know, when she first did it, when I first watched this, and all of a sudden this fucking laser comes out, and he's like knocked out.
The thing on her neck was literally like that thin.
Yeah.
What kind of mechanic is that
Kind
thing
of
that
technology.
has lasers that can?
Yeah. But now
yeah.
she injects him with some sort of fucking wake up drug, and he's like, oh, all right, back in.
Bill Cosby must have been on set that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like, the big boss man wanted to see you, and you wouldn't have listened. Then now we were back to Shang Tsung and his Hawaiian shirt gang.
Hawaiian shirt gang. Yep. HSG motherfucker.
HSG represent.
Now, the coolest thing I think, and like people can knock it if they want, but the guys who wear the gun holsters outside their shirt are badass.
Why would you knock it?
So-
Well, I mean, where else
No,
is he gonna
because some
wear it
people
right
say,
now?
"Oh, the holster goes inside."
Well, that's
It's
if you're
yeah, but it
wearing.
looks
That's
cooler
no, but
out.
that's if you're wearing a jacket or something. You were trying to hide it. These guys are just
Yeah,
like
but-
blatant criminals. They don't need to hide anything. And it's like,
But that's what I think it always looks cooler like that.
Yeah.
But people have said like, "Oh, it makes no sense. It's supposed to be hidden." It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It looks cool.
I don't know, never heard anyone say that before.
Yeah. Oh my god. Especially with the fucking like the mafia movies, like because they always wear those. Like, oh, you don't want to be showing that shit.
Yeah, but they
blah,
had
blah, blah.
their blazers over them usually, so they are hidden.
But if they're sitting there playing poker and they all leave it
Yeah.
on and stuff, like they're in a comfortable place.
Yeah.
Like who cares?
I've never heard it. Like you hear a lot of things from people. I'm starting to think you talk to dumb people.
Well, it's people I've watched movies with in the past.
That's what I'm saying. I'm starting to think you've watched movies with dumb fucking people that don't.
Hold on.
like-
I gotta hit pause. So I used to live in quite a few places that didn't have cable, and that's how I got my DVD collection as big as I did when I had it for a while. And for a few of the places I lived, I had roommates, and roommates would always bring friends over, and we'd all smoke and drink. And it would always be, yo, why don't you grab a DVD and we'll put it in the living room? So we'd like 5, 6, 10 of us. And, you know, sometimes I'd pick a Reservoir Dog or fucking Donnie Brasco. Sometimes I'd pick something like The Pest, you know. And that's where I would, like, get a lot of these people, like, who I noticed, like, they didn't like good movies.
But,
like,
but
they
I'm
were like,
also
"Oh, yeah,
wondering,
Terminator-"
like, who would complain about mob guys playing cards together with like
Because
the
they said it
guns on
wasn't
the outside.
realistic.
It is
Like,
real.
oh,
It's
yeah,
as
you're in the
realistic as it's
mafia,
gonna
you
be.
know.
Who thinks that's unrealistic?
I actually
I
know the guy who said that. His
like
name's Aaron.
I would like you to introduce me him so I can just slap him across the fucking face. Like seriously.
I actually remember his name's Aaron, and he's the only guy I ever knew who had his belly button pierced.
That explains everything.
Just
It
saying.
explains everything. It's almost as bad as Batista having a fucking sun tattooed around his belly button.
Very weird. Oh, and Mr. Ass also had his belly button
Yeah.
pierced.
Oh, well,
Very
Batista
weird.
also had a belly button piercing too at one point in time.
Who?
Batista.
Really?
Yeah, he had.
I knew about the tattoo.
Yeah, he had the tattoo and a belly button piercing right through it. Like, he was super gay. I used to hate him when he first came out. Now I think he's cool. He's an actor. He does fun things. But as a wrestler,
I think he's a
total,
better actor.
Yeah,
than he
as
is
a wrestler, he was a whole tool bag. Not that I really was into wrestling at that time, but like I would see him and be like, how do people like this guy? I don't get it. Like, I'm like, he's a total tool bag. Like, he's like the whole fucking box of tools. But now he's cool.
He picked some really good roles. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Besides
no.
Guardian of the Galaxy and stuff, and I think that helped him.
But anyway, we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah, where are you at?
I'm at 109.40.
I'm at 109.43, so he'll hit play and then I'll jump in.
Play. And 102, 103.
Cool, there.
So now he wants, I think, to get rid of the other gang that he's supposed to drop or something. I don't know. I forget exactly. Because these are all real people. These aren't cyborgs, these guys.
Right, and they do use the term like, oh, well, they're terrorists, or oh, they're this or that, rebels. You know, it's not too hard to follow, but you gotta watch it.
Yeah, so they're trying to plan some shit. He wants to be like the only gang around, I guess, or whatever.
I mean, that is the whole concept of being in a gang, is you want to be fucking, you know, top brass.
And she's mad because apparently one of the girls he killed was her sister. But yeah, that was when
it
he
always
was,
works
yeah,
out that way.
That was because like that was when he was actually think he was upholding the law, though. Turns out,
Right?
he's like, I'm sorry, but I thought I was doing right at the time, whatever. But she she needs to die. She's all typical.
Yeah.
Emotional. Can't see the bigger picture.
When I see the close up of
Sometimes.
this guy right now, I only hear him saying, "I want your soul," like nothing else.
It's because you haven't seen enough movies with him in it. But he's in a million of them.
Well, I know him from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Like that's the first thing, you know.
But
I've probably seen him
that's
in other shit.
yeah. But that said, that's the easiest way to be like people that know him. Like he's Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. Like,
I mean, we've even called
this,
him.
I love this because this fucking fat guy runs on it, but he like instead of throwing the big part of his body on it, he throws his dick over this over this grenade. It's like that easily could have bypassed your lower half. And you're not really blocking with anything. Like, you had this huge 300-pound man, 300-plus pound guy.
Say this is your head, and say this is your ball sack area. Down here's your legs. The grenade falls here. He literally goes, balls.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm wondering if he, like,
try.
missed his land. You know what I mean? They were just like, one take. That's all we get. You know what I mean? Like, and he just drove too far. Because it definitely was not his waist. So then now Tim Thomerson, our fucking Farnsworth cyborg, comes in and wastes a bunch of people because they set off that grenade or bomb. It was actually just a shell casing sawed on a 45-degree angle, glued to the floor. That's what it looked like, but it was supposed to be like an mini artillery round that landed. It was just definitely kind of lame. But then he had this
designer was off that day.
The prop master. Definitely lame. They could have done that a little better. Then he had this like weird little chip on his finger, and he like stuck it in his fucking shoulder and was able to read stuff from him. It was like almost like a bio reading chip.
I thought maybe he thought he was a cyborg, and he went to put the chip in, but then he realized he was a human.
No, I thought that thing read something. He got information from him when he did it. That's what I thought.
I don't know how that. Well,
because I don't think he was putting. I don't think he was putting the chip in him. I think he was trying to read. Like it was like when he put his fingers in the eyeballs of a girl, he read something off her.
Yeah, but that was a cyborg.
I know, but I'm wondering if it works regardless because it's like similar. You know what I mean? Like he's reading neural paths or whatever. I don't know. I'm reading into things. I'm trying to make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
I'm trying to make sense of this fucked up story.
We just missed the awesome part, though.
All right, well, we can rewind 10 seconds and 10 seconds again. So 20 seconds. I'm at 112.50.
Hold on. 50. I'm there.
All right. Yeah. So he swings behind the rope. Like Indiana Jones style, says thank you, grabs the shit from him. They start shooting at him, and the girl shoots this fucking janky fucking RP like grenade round out of a single tube thing. It's supposed to be like a 40 millimeter grenade gun, but it just looks like a fucking pipes that are welded together.
It's PVC.
Yeah.
That's straight up PVC. I can make that right now. It's supposed to
be like a China Lake, the little 40 millimeter grenade.
Oh yeah,
it's supposed to be like one of those, but it's literally pipes together. It was like I don't know why they have all these weird exotic guns. Why didn't they have a China Lake? Like instead they were just like, let's save money. Let's just put a couple pipes together and make it look like a hand cannon.
Literally, it's a piece of PVC and it has a coupling on this end and a coupling on this. It's not.
It's a PVC pipe painted black with an elbow for a handle and a couple things hanging off the side. I guess it might be sights. It almost looks like it breaks right there and just slams it on the fucking garbage can. But it doesn't. You just see dirt come up, but it's just, in my brain, it's like...
No, it's probably the dust off that fucking PVC when it hit. Yeah, we don't need to hear her bitching and moaning.
Ow. Hi.
Oh, hey, buddy.
He was staring out the window because the window open.
Jax.
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
Give you kisses.
So yeah, right now he's just talking to Rat Monkey Girl, and she puts the gun to his head, like "You son of a bitch," something like that. Whatever.
Sorry,
no big deal.
I'm getting slimed by my dog here. He's looking.
He tells her, shoot me, but you need me, and like she's sitting there, she's shaking the gun, but she realizes, she actually does need him if she wants all this to come together. What do you think, Jackson? Oh, okay, I see. Farnsworth, still alive, opens up his eyes. You see his little finger just boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, he's like the super cyborg in this. He's like the Terminator like XD or whatever the fucking TX or whatever, you know, like the Super Terminator of this movie. Fucking humans. He's like state of the art. I think he says that a couple times. He's like state of the art.
Like 3 different times. Like he has to reiterate, "Hey, I'm top shit, state of the art." You know.
Oh, the cool thing about this is like, this is real.
Yes,
they actually ran from this thing. The stunt people, they strategically cut so it wouldn't fall down, and then blew a couple explosives to kind of get rid of those pieces, and they put a couple gas bombs to give it that fireball effect. And they actually ran from that thing. Yeah, that's super dangerous. If that would have fell the wrong way, and it didn't go right, those people would have been killed. They would have fell right on them.
You could tell because halfway of them running, the guy actually turns over his shoulder to look to make sure it's falling in the right. Because if it wasn't...
Granted, they might have still been far enough away where it wouldn't have fell on them, but they might have got hit with shrapnel. Because it can be deceiving.
It was close.
They could be further away than you really think they are, because like the thing could be here and they could be here with cam angles. They could actually be really this far away when it looks like they're this far, you know, like, so it'd be like, but they're really this far away.
Imagine a water tower falling and hitting the ground, and you're 50 feet away. Even the thud.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Some sort of shrapnel could have flew up and got them, even if it didn't land on them. Yeah, but it's really cool that they did that.
Now, this part of the movie where he's running around carrying this girl on the shoulder.
You just loved it, didn't you? You just want to stare at her ass. I think you love this part.
Dude, that's all this is. Him walking around, holding her unconscious body. So it's like his face and her ass. Just like it's like an old vaudevillain act. It's like, hey, Assy, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
What was up with that kid with the like tied up shirt near like the boob area? Like, was that a boy, a girl? What was going on? Like,
I'm hoping it's a boy,
but
because that was very close.
But everyone's all got Hawaiian shirts. It's all. Must be the Hawaiian shirt gang's like hometown.
She was smiling. That Hawaiian lady. Here, go back 10 seconds. Where I'm at 1:17:05.
I'm at 1:17:03 now. Hold on. 4, 5.
All right, I hit play.
No now smiles.
Watch, right?
Yep.
She's smiling.
She's like, she's trying not to giggle. She's like holding it in. Bad extras.
She was probably a local.
Bad extras.
And it's like, hey, you want to be an extra in this movie?
Bad extras.
Dude, seriously.
But this girl this girl's got a way like, oh dude, you like landed on her. Did you see that?
Oh dude, God, wait, rewind. I didn't pay attention to that. Dude,
all right, so I paused it at 1:17:20. So he's gonna chuck her out this window for this stunt, and she's gonna land on the ground, and his knee is gonna land, I think, on her back or her stomach, depending on how she was.
He goes to chuck her out, but he jumps out with her.
He chucks her out the window, but he jumps. That's what I'm saying. He jumps out with her, so he follows her. He follows her out, but then he lands on her. And I don't know if I didn't catch it if it was her back or her stomach, but either way, his weight going through the window lands on her. It's kind of fucked up.
All right, let me know when you hit
1:17:20 and play. So he gives her a little extra or whatever, and then jumps out the window with her.
Ooh,
yeah, it's like her side, dude, I think. Yeah.
So she they tumble and roll, and he rolls. But then he landed on her rolling. If she would have stayed still, he probably would have cleared her.
Well, I think he landed too and then rolled, and they just kind of like landed on her. But yeah, it definitely had to hurt. But it's a cool stunt, though. It's cool that they actually.
No, it was great
that they did that.
Now they got the zip lines because, of course, every action movie in the '90s had to have zip lines. But honestly,
if this is like a real village somewhere that they're filming at, they probably legitimately have zip lines there, and that probably hurt. He probably landed on there too. The stunt person. But then again, they probably had mats there still. Because the way they cut it out, you know what I mean? They didn't just like land on the hard floor there.
When I was a kid, I thought everybody had zip lines and I didn't. Because I saw them all over TV and movies. No one had zip lines growing up. Like, at all.
All right.
Sorry. I know it was dead air.
No. I was scratching my foot and this dog, but I was also trying to look at a place to fast forward to.
Yeah, right now they're just running from the evil Farnsworth through the jungle.
2047?
120:47?
Yeah, 120:48. So they fall in the pit or whatever, the hole, and they get stuck, and then he's over them. And they go through the little spiel here.
Yeah, you got to have the evil monologue. It's a 90s action movie. reaching for the gun.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to get the gun while just trying
now
to shave
the one
off
thing I
time
haven't mentioned so far in this movie.
He actually does the fucking hits the wood and it flies up and he grabs it and starts shooting him. I didn't catch that earlier.
The one thing I did mention earlier, but I haven't mentioned since the movie been playing because I have it on mute. The dialogue and some of the delivery on these lines is a little stilted. Do not let that take you out of the fun of this movie.
Well, see, it didn't bother me and I didn't notice it, so I don't think it's really that bad. So it's up to personal. I didn't notice anything obscure, but then again, I watch a lot of these movies, and to me, this is like normal acting. I don't see anything wrong with anyone's acting in this movie for the most part.
This is no Scorsese De Niro joint. Okay?
No, see, Scorsese De Niro joint would be like super amazing acting. To me, this is like normal acting. Like when we start getting into Tammy and the T-Rex and those gore movies, then I'm like, whoa. All right, that's where I draw the line. But Rob's picking on their acting here. I think it's normal. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Not all of them.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just generalizing.
Yeah, like there's a couple people whose delivery's a little stilted. That's all.
But even if it is, I don't even notice it. It is what it is.
I think the movie's fun enough that it shouldn't pull you out of it. Honestly. No. She uses him as a ladder and climbs out the water.
Like I was able to enjoy this by myself, but I'm actually having a lot of fun watching it with you. So this would be a good like watch it with a couple people movie. Even though I enjoyed it by myself though, but it's definitely funny. We're definitely making fun of this. And here's this janky fucking pipe gun. Fucking PVC.
How is this not falling apart?
I don't know. They probably have like 12 of them because it's so cheap.
Because they're so cheap.
And they broke all the time. So, and you notice like they do. Oh, this.
What?
Yes. So one of the amazing. I was going to get to this and I forgot.
Rewind. Rewind 20 seconds. I'm at 122.51.
I'm at 122.46. So let me catch up to you.
Good.
Hold on. And then I want to talk for a second before we hit play.
Yep.
All right. So I am at 52. Close enough. I couldn't see the numbers when I was trying. So they're going to jump off like he's an Olympic diver, basically, and start doing like fucking super twirls and whatnot. And she just tossed him the gun.
Yeah, like a double Salchow fucking invert.
And I was going to say how amazing this kill is. Did you not catch this the first time?
No. All I saw was the jumping, and then I saw the light from the explosion.
Yeah. So he does this jumping, flipping, twirling thing, and in the middle of it, he does a backflip after. So it's like literally like the high dive Olympic dude. And in the mid backflip, he points the gun out and shoots him perfectly dead square in the chest and explodes him with our jinky fucking...
The fucking potato launcher.
Yeah, potato launcher that we got going on here. Handheld potato launcher. All right, you ready to hit play here?
Yeah.
All right, ready, play. It's fucking hilarious and amazing, and it's one of the greatest kills ever in a movie, by far.
Now, again, this is like the third cliff they're jumping off of into the water.
Probably fourth.
All right, front flip, back flip, shoots it, explosion, another flip.
It's like a triple gainer twirly fucking explodey shot.
Greg Louganis, he is not.
Yeah. So now we get our first bad CG of the movie because it really wasn't too much, but it's also part claymation also at the same time. It's like stop motion CG mixed, and they have it.
That's why I said, "What is this Army of Darkness?"
So now he looks like basically a pretty ghetto T-800 Terminator skeleton. He's just an exoskeleton.
It's like when you tell your mom, "Hey, Mom, I want a T-800," and she's like, "We have T-800 at home." This is what you have.
No, it's like, "I want Transformers," and she gets you GoBots.
You get Transmorpher.
You get GoBots.
Fucking GoBots.
I never had any GoBots. I actually had Transformers, but I heard some stories.
I had the animal Transformers, the beast ones.
You know what I had that was like the greatest Transformer ever, besides the fucking old...
the originals?
I had Optimus Prime, and I had... I forget his name, the Megatron, but I had the actual gun version of the fucking old school gun. He was a gun back in the day. Yeah.
Originally he was a pistol.
Yeah. I had that, and it's super rare to find. But The coolest thing I ever had though is I had the Destructicons that all built the purple and green robot, the construction robots that built the giant one. That thing's even rarer than I think.
But
Megatron.
You had them when they were original run.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying I had them, and that's because I was just a shitty kid, and actually played with my toys. If I was like a nerd kid now and go back in time, I'd be like saving all this stuff. I literally had like every GI Joe like known to man like at that time.
Like, dude, my big thing was besides wrestling action figures, I had a lot of the Ghostbusters original action figures.
I had a couple Ghostbusters, I had a couple Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it was mainly GI Joes and Transformers and some Star Wars stuff. Those were like my norms. And some sweet Return of the Jedi sheets. When I was kids, and Transformer sheets that I actually used up until like maybe 10 years ago. Not gonna lie. Still had them.
Those sheets have seen some fluid.
Nah. Oh my god, here's like the worst CG in the movie.
Okay, so yeah, they're actually pulling off in a plane right now.
Looks so
all of a
bad.
Sudden, you see this claymation skeleton jump
but
on.
it's like miniatures in the background. So it's like miniatures in the background. And they had this really bad CG plane. All they had to do is fix the coloring. If they just fixed the coloring, it wouldn't look so bad.
Well, it's miniature, right? It's claymation and green screen.
Yeah,
it's literally 3 fucking technologies, and they didn't get any of them right.
Well, the claymation's kind of cool though.
It's cool, but it
doesn't
with the green screen and the miniature.
Well, the miniature and the claymation kind of works, but the green screen, this color was so bad on it, it just didn't fit. If the color fit, it would be better. Like, see here it's not so bad. This green screen's not so bad with the miniatures / claymation stop motion. It's like those old Harryhausen, old monster movies. I know you don't really know what I'm talking about.
No,
we've talked
like
about
Jason and the Argonauts and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, I'm saying
that's why I said earlier, like Army of Darkness.
This is one of the most brutal scenes in the movie where you think his eyes go into the like ripped out because the bot ripped into the plane where these stairs were, and then he like pulls them out, and it looks like it goes right in his fucking eyeballs, but it just like rips off his scalp. It's crazy, and now he's
our main character. His scalp is all metal,
and he's pretty much almost all robot, except for he's probably like, what do you say, like 90%, 85%.
Yeah, I think he's got his face in his dick.
Yeah,
because he's an action star.
Yeah, so it's like so he's like, see, you're all robot. You're not even human like you think you are. We changed you. He's like,
you want me to whip my dick out here? I'll show you.
And he's like, just take it. It's yours anyway. Because he's hanging on that arm with the bomb in it, and he pulls the arm off with the bomb, and you hear this really bad, like falling sound.
That's the one thing I remember from that fucking fall was this. Like, someone was trying to say, what would a robot sound like if they screamed? It was like,
so now he's like armless and beaten up,
but Farnsworth is dead.
So here's your Jackie Earl
Haley cameo.
No, but you see,
you
see a little bit more of them, but
yeah.
But that whole apparently in one version of this movie, that whole robot fight scene does not exist. That whole thing that happened here, but yet he shows up like this, and so people must have been like, "What the fuck?" That was one of the things I read. Like that whole robot scene doesn't exist. There's a different alternate.
I don't understand how they could take out such a plot point.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on,
buddy.
Hold on,
Jackie Earl Haley is currently he's pulling the data off
his
disc.
character's name is Einstein, by the way.
Einstein.
Yeah, because of what he's doing. They threw some names on people for shits and giggles.
I understand.
Farnsworth, Einstein.
Come on. And they pull up the memory of the girl, and they're like, "Hey, you're gonna be wiped. You'll no longer exist." Blah blah blah.
I need to tell you these things, and yada yada yada.
It's your emotional send off.
But then she's like, "There's the Farnsworth left you a letter before he died." Yada yada yada. At the thing, and then they transfer.
I am 129.51.
I jumped to 129.34, but I can go up a little further. That's where they said LA Police Headquarters.
Yeah.
Yep. 6 months later.
Yep.
So, what are you at, 134, you said?
No, 129.51.
Oh, 129.51. My bad. Fuck, I can't. Right, 129.47 is the best thing to do. I'm at 5-1 now. So he's on the roof.
he's on top of the LA police officer building, and on the roof he meets up with another, I guess, cyborg
Well,
bad guy.
it's German
whatever.
guy from earlier.
Who is it?
It's the German guy from earlier. Henchman number.
Okay.
It's like guy number 2.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the thing, and his name's Germain.
Yeah, they're having this little monologue back and forth. Oh, you can't do this. It's your basic ending outro of an action movie, but the kill. Oh,
Mm.
the fucking kill.
Come on, buddy. Almost time. You gotta wait
Probably my
a
favorite.
couple more minutes, buddy.
Jackson's getting restless.
Yeah, it's,
Basically,
it's 2:15, just about, and he wants to go out to bat. But
Yeah, he's ready for night
Yeah.
night. Basically, he pulls
this
the gun
fucker will
up
be up all night. Yeah,
and he shoots him right in the fucking dick.
Yep, dick shot.
And it sparks out, like, obviously, like, sparks are shooting out and shit.
Yeah, because
it's
he's
awesome.
a robot. It's hilarious. It's great.
Not as good as the main kill of the
No,
movie
no.
of the main bad guy.
Although also,
But it's
and
up
also
there.
when you realize like the little flipping stunt thing he did too, when you realize it makes it even better.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, it's a good kill because he gets shot in the dick and sparks shoot
So-
out. But
So now he's reading this letter or whatnot, and I want to skip. There's just something real goofy here in a second. I don't know if you ever noticed it, but I'm at 132:03. So if you keep watching it here while they're falling up the stairs, he gets this cheeky little butt grab in there. Little cheeky butt grab.
him and the little monkey rat girl.
Yeah, cheeky little monkey.
Cheeky little monkey grab.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious because it's like he has his arm around her and then he just like kind of gropes her ass, kind of slaps it all at the same time, and it's like totally random. I wonder if these two had like he's like like he's like a little boy, he's like
Yep.
grab him.
Hey,
There it
good
is. See?
for you. Hold on. And motherfucker.
He just throws a little cop a feel in there for no reason. Like he's like,
Hey, I guess he had to check the oil up. I don't know.
yeah, get a little dipstick check and maybe a little finger in the butt there. It's like. I was like, I know that's probably just a joke between them as they're growing up, but it's just funny that they left it in the movie.
But it could have even
Yeah.
been like nonchalant. Like if you weren't paying attention, it just looked like his hand went from here and then it just went down and then like it stopped for a second.
He had it like you do to your buddy. You grab him by like the back of the head and you like kind of headlock
Yeah,
him
like
or whatever.
tussle his hair,
Whatever,
yeah.
You're just fucking around, and then he puts his arm like this, and then he goes underneath and just like whoop. This
Yep,
little-
Captain Goose.
Yeah,
Whoop, whoop.
Captain Goose. It's fucking hilarious, and that's our movie.
That was 1993's or 2's
Yeah,
Nemesis.
fantastic movie. I think I had a lot of fun with it.
The flaws that this movie has in no way, shape, or form makes it unwatchable.
No,
because
no.
there are action movies out there that are hard to sit through.
Yeah, by far, and there are some of this time era that are really hard to sit through, but.
Yeah.
But
But
we picked on the guns a little bit. We picked on some just bad CG claymation at the end or whatever. But like overall, it was well put together movie. It was shot really well. They had really good locations, stuff that you're not going to get today because there's not going to be locations like that anymore. Everything's so built up now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very rare you're going to find a location like in the beginning when they're fighting through all that rubble and buildings. Like that's going to be all CG'd or green screened or whatever. These were real locations they used. It was
Yeah,
pretty
and
awesome. It just had this authentic look and feel to it.
the director of photography definitely had a very classically trained eye. Because you had the colors of the noir.
Yeah,
and
the
you had
hues, the
deep
hue
blues
changes.
of, like,
Yeah,
I mean, it's shot beautifully. If you would have told me 10 years from now that this movie was in theaters and it was a massive hit, I would have believed you because it looks good.
yeah.
There's just a couple small parts. Like the claymation, it's not the greatest. But other than that, what is that? That's like 1% of the movie?
Yeah, I would say that. And like I said, even the claymation was pretty good. It was just when they tried to combine it with a green screen, it just didn't work in that one
And
scene.
the miniatures. And,
Because the claymation or stop motion like later was really good in the movie. It was just that one scene for like 15 seconds. You're just like you know what I mean? It gives you a bad taste. You're like, if for 15 seconds you couldn't pony up a couple extra dollars to make this look a little better. Like it was so
Or
half-assed done compared to the rest
but
of it that was better, you know?
but film it differently.
Yeah.
Then if you instead of getting this wide out shot where you see everything, get a metal arm grabbing the plane. Like you don't need the whole,
You don't need the whole thing, like you said, the whole plane flying. You see the fucking
Yeah.
skeleton hanging. Like I don't know. Just,
but I know what they were going for.
Yeah. Maybe that's why the whole scene was cut out in other versions. But then you miss a whole plot point. You know, like
you need the fight.
But like I said, it's an
You have
it's
to
an
have
alternate version, alternate ending. So I don't know.
Right.
So I don't know. I want to know how a 13-year-old girl was supposed to play this guy. Not literally a 13-year-old girl, but it was supposed to be a 13-year-old girl in the movie. Like how
the
it was
character
written,
was supposed to be a 13-year, and I don't understand that at all because it changes the dynamic of everything.
So for part 2, not that I've watched it yet, but I'm going to now. It takes place 75 years after this. You find out
Jesus.
that Alex actually failed. So all these movies are going to take place in the future, and Alex is now a female. So they recycled the original female idea with Alex and put it into the second movie.
And they mention that in this movie that they can take the memories, the soul, they can take it out and put it in. You know what I mean? So like that's not too far fetched. But they put it in.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be a dude in a woman's body, but it's a female. They recycled the idea. I don't know how they're going to play this out. Yeah, it could be anything with this fucking movie. You know this.
Yeah,
you could just see. I think they're on like 7 or 8 now of these movies, so you could just see how crazy these could get. And they're either going to be entertaining and fun, or they're going to go in that category of unwatchable eventually.
I think the next 2 movies after the first, I think they're going to be a little bit more reserved. I think by part 4 on, I think they're going to get a little.
I also hope they're still good because they're in the 90s and it's not too CGI looking, you know what I mean? And they're still more practical, and I guess as you get to 2000s and on, it's going to be real trashy looking, and hopefully it's still entertaining, but it's going to be not very good looking, I think. Well, we'll see. We'll see. This guy we'll see how he films it, because he might not go that way. He might still do a lot of practical. They did call him the new Ed Wood, as we said. So
and
we'll see.
It's like shoot what you know, and if that's what you know, stick with it. So who knows?
So I don't think there's much to change in this movie. You'd maybe clean it up a little bit, but nothing crazy.
The big thing that I would change, and I know we talked about the claymation, so it's not that. The big thing that I would change
More
is,
boobs. More boobs.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have cast the main actor as a foreigner.
I don't mind that guy at all.
I know you don't.
Yeah,
but I'm saying I would have, if it was an American. You know what? Put Tom Matthews in the lead role of that, and then give that guy Tom Matthews' role.
I still think this guy's better than Tom Matthews though in this role.
I don't know.
Tom Matthews wouldn't have the physique to even match with this guy or anything.
No, definitely not the physique, but the acting chops. Because honestly, the worst line reading of the movie, in my opinion, comes from the main guy, and it's not the entire movie. But there's a few scenes where it's like,
I don't know. Like I said, it didn't bother me as much.
But you're used to the 90s action movies where they were pulling people from all over the world, and
you were barely born.
Yeah, no, at that time, I was just getting into my horror stuff, you know what I mean? I didn't pick up on good action stuff till, like, early 2000s, you know? But I always liked Schwarzenegger.
You were like Bad Boys and Rush Hour. You're like, that's great action.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Face Off,
I know,
Independence
I'm
Day.
Busting your balls. I'm just busting.
No, I know. I like Rush Hour.
I like those. I was just joking. It's like your first introduction to action was, like, super blockbuster.
Con Air was like the first real Terminator 2.
Yeah, but that's
T2, that's an action movie.
Like that was better than it was supposed to be way before its time. You know what I mean? That's like a super needle in a haystack, diamond in the rough. Like, you know, like I said, he spent so much money making that movie. They technically lost money until they had 18,000 different special editions come out, and they started making money on it finally. Because there are literally way too many editions of that movie. You could literally be a super movie collector and probably have 30 different versions of that movie. across all
But imagine
platforms.
my disappointment if that was the first action movie I've ever seen, and then I thought all of them were like
I know,
that.
that's what I mean. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That's what I was joking at.
But
My first action movies were similar to this.
yeah, you were getting a lot of the early like Stallone or the Jean-Claude Van Damme before like their major roles.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
getting like the matinee movies on Channel 11 and like whatnot, and the HBOs and stuff. So I was
Do
getting.
you
all
remember
these
like when you first saw like Bloodsport or Kickboxer?
very soon after it came out.
Okay.
I didn't see it in
All
the
right, so they
movies
were
or
still
anything,
new.
but yeah, they were still new. I saw them young.
So what score are you gonna?
Oh,
talk?
same as earlier. We said
what's
7.
the average score online for this?
Oh, excuse me.
Wow.
Between a 5.4, I want to say something. That burp came out instead. Between a 5.4 and I saw in a couple other was a 6.5. Remember, we gave it a 7 earlier.
Oh, I thought we were grading something else.
No, we were grading the movie. I was like, overall,
Yeah,
like I'd give it like a 7. I enjoyed it way more than a 7, but like as a movie, when you pick it apart a little bit, I can't give it higher than a 7.
that's what I was actually gonna
Yeah.
say. Sitting down watching the movie with you and like having fun, up in the 8. But as a film overall, compared to everything else, yeah, like 6.5 to 7 is
Yeah,
fair.
like IMDb gave it it has a 5.4. I saw on some other random site it got upwards of a 6.5. I would give it like a realistic movie score of a 7. If they change and tweak some things, I would be upwards of give it an 8 at most. But that's what changes and tweaks and whatnot.
I
But
think
yeah, I think it's a 7. I think it's a solid 7. But I had fun as if it was like a 9. But
it's an 8
Yeah.
if you watch it with somebody. It's a 7 if you're sitting on your couch
Yeah.
alone.
I'm depending on who it is and how much. Like I might not have as much fun now unless I'm with a couple people now.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like I had a lot of fun. I had as much fun as like I would give like a regular movie by myself that was like a 9. But
Yeah, it's fair.
but I'm not gonna have that experience again unless I'm with a bunch of people that haven't seen it, and now we're all making fun of it because you have to up it
until
up.
we watch
Yeah.
we watch the sequel.
Well, no, I mean this movie specifically.
Right, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying you might not have that much
Yeah.
fun again. I'm thinking like
Yeah.
if
Maybe.
it gets more batshit,
Oh
who
yeah,
knows?
maybe the sequel might be fucking crazy. I don't know, but yeah, I know it's enjoyable. It's definitely a quality pick. I'm glad I picked it.
Yeah.
It's another one that shocked me. It's as good as it was recommended. It was not. It was like, because the movie that was rated ahead of this was Universal Soldier, and that's an amazing movie.
Yeah, but I don't.
No, because it's cyborgs. It's that list of
Yeah, the cyborg thing. I get that.
It was
Yeah,
listed
yeah,
as
yeah.
like Terminator ripoffs, like the top 10. Number 2 was Universal Soldier, and whatnot. But I don't really see them as Terminator rip. I see them as cyborg movies. But
Yeah, cyborg movie.
Yeah.
And Terminator didn't invent that either.
No.
So
no. There's other movies, but I mean, Terminator come out pretty early though.
it did.
It's,
It was what 1980 was the original.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But like, and then the one
What-
above this is called The Hidden, which I got to track that down. It's from '87. So it was like we
Yeah,
went
see,
Nemesis,
I've never heard
Universal
that one.
Soldier, then The Hidden.
Okay.
Yeah, Hands of Steel is number 8 on here, and I had that on. It's on Amazon Prime. That's something I got to check out. Number 7 on
Okay.
this list was Class of 1999, but I talked about that with you. There's a Class of 1984, and then 99
Oh.
is the one with Sasa Mitchell plays the android
Oh,
robot.
yeah. Okay.
So there's just technically there's a it's a 2-parter. We'll come
Okay.
out later, but Class of 1984 is supposed to be like the book a little bit utopian future, government controls
like
everything.
1984,
Yeah. And 99 was just because of like it came out in 1990, so 99 is supposed to be that future number. Remember a lot of
millennium and-
yeah. But yeah, Sasha Mitchell though plays the cyborg teacher that kills all the bad kids in school. Basically, that's how the movie goes.
Nice.
I actually know those movies, and it's a pretty fun watch. I don't really
It's like The Substitute with cyborgs.
sort of yeah. Substitute's a little different premises, but yeah, same idea.
You get it though.
Yeah. No, I get you. The Substitute's another great movie. It's definitely we're going over that.
Oh, absolutely. Well, actually, ladies and gentlemen, before we sign off, I do want to tell you next week's episode is our second episode where we will be reviewing an original versus remake.
Yeah.
But I did not know it was a remake, and I'm betting a lot of you didn't know this was a remake as well. Wolfman knew. He
Yeah, I
told
did
me.
because I've seen the original. I own it. So
We're going over the crazies,
with
and
Timothy Opinth.
I'm definitely gonna watch the remake again. Obviously, it's been a while. But what am I getting myself into with the original? Because you've seen it.
Original's good. It holds up.
Is
I
it?
think. Yeah, I haven't seen it in probably like 5 or 6 years, but the last time I saw it was, it holds up as far as I remember.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
pretty
Good.
good. I can't remember if I liked it better than the remake 100%, but I might have. I don't know. I don't remember. But I still
Yeah.
liked it. It's still a good movie. I don't want to give it too much up because I haven't watched it in
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
6 years or so, roughly. But it's a George Romero
And
movie though, so it's that
with and
it's
with us watching both of them back to back, you'll be able to get more of a which one you actually like instead of having so much space in between.
it's also 1977, I think. Also,
So it was a pretty early movie.
yeah. Well, it's
No,
it's like it's in that George Romero
it was before Dawn of the
classic
Dead, right?
classic timeline. No, I think Dawn was 74.
Oh, well, I thought it was 78.
No. Actually, I think The Crazy is 73. Actually, I just go to IMDb because I'm trying to like just Google this stuff.
Yeah.
I'll just go George Romero in general. Scrolling down. Where is it? Why would producer come? I hate that. It comes up producer first. Like no one cares about what he produced.
Yeah, it's
So
the director.
73 was The Crazy. Actually, it was 78. I thought it was 74 for some reason.
Oh, Dawn of the
Yeah,
Dead.
Dawn of
70?
78.
Okay,
Yeah, I thought it was 74 though for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, you know what?
Crazy 73.
Wasn't The Hills Have Eyes 74?
I think that was 77 actually. Hills
Okay.
Have Eyes.
Okay.
There's a lot of movies in these time era. So he did Night of the Living Dead in 68, and then in 73 did The Crazy. So like it's still in that. It's a zombie-esque movie. They're definitely different than his other ones, but
Yeah.
but you can.
But
It's still in that
it's in
early
the
style.
timeline.
Yeah, yeah.
From 85 or 88 from Monkey Shines, go back, you got Day of the Dead, Creep Show, Night Riders.
Yeah, but it's
Dawn
in
of the
that
Dead,
timeline
Martin.
of what people think of his best.
Yeah. It's like that 20-year span.
Yeah,
It
between
was just like,
Night of the Living Dead and 1985 when Day of the Dead came out. Even though I like Land of the Dead and some of
yeah, me too.
The Dark Half was a good movie in 93. Bruiser was 2000. I just don't think people really know about a lot of those movies. So
Yeah, I still have to watch Bruiser.
Night Riders is kind of cool. It's from 81. It actually stars Tom Savini, even though George Romero directed it.
The juice is on the loose.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to fucking hunt that down too.
I know. Yeah, Night Rider stars Ed Harris and Tom Savini.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a cool little movie. It's not like amazing or anything, but it's a fun little watch. It's not great, but
you could sit through it. It's not like
it's not terrible.
garbage.
It's good. I had fun with it. It was a good movie. But like the
Nice.
cover it's called Night Riders, and these people that they do the like medieval thingy whatnot. They have a reenactment troupe, but they all drive bikes. I don't think they do it in the show. I don't remember, but they're all motorcycle people. So the cover's got the guy in his armor and his shield over the handlebars, and he's got a fucking flail in his hand, like just sitting on the cover. Like
I see.
yeah, it's just awesome. Like when I saw that cover, I'm like, I gotta watch this. Like, you know what I mean?
And George Romero did it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
He
like-
directed it. Ed Harris is in it. I'm like, I love Ed Harris. He plays like one of the great bad guys of all time. Like with his when he does his bad guy roles. Like with The Rock, he was good in there, and then he did a history.
Oh shit, Ken Foray's in here.
Pretty sure he was. What else was he in? Yeah, Ken. Yeah, because he did a lot of movies with them.
Yup.
Is he in that other movie I'm thinking of?
Oh, and Patricia Tallman. She was in the 1990 Night of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah. A History of Violence. He was the bad guy in that movie. Because I'm thinking of Viggo Mortensen, but he was the good guy. A
Oh,
History of Violence
that's
is a
weird.
fucking excellent movie. Fucking
Viggo Mortensen was in a movie and he played a good guy.
yeah. Well, witness protection, good guy.
Oh,
So he was
okay.
like a mobster. You know, he was like
So he still had to be like a little bit
yeah,
evil.
yeah. Viggo Mortensen. Yeah, dude. If you haven't seen A History of Violence, like this is my pick. This is Wolfman's pick. If you can track this movie down, it's from 2005. It's not like
Let me
I
see.
think it got a sort of a main release, but it's still one of those like hidden gems in a way. I don't think a lot of people have seen it. It's like Kevin Bacon did a movie, like a revenge movie too, and it's fucking that one's excellent too. I just don't remember the name of that one off the top of my head, but
It's on multiple platforms, but it's
yeah,
$4.
yeah. It's Viggo
YouTube,
Mortensen is
Vudu.
the main, and then you have Ed Harris, and then William Hurt, Maria Bello. There's some like you would know these people, you saw them. It's a phenomenal movie. It's fucking dark. It's good drama, action. It's considered a drama
I'll,
thriller.
yeah, I'll see if I can hunt it down somewhere.
If you can find it, I guarantee you, if you find this to own it, like buy it. Don't even rent it. Like it's that good of a movie. Like I'm putting myself out there, and like this is something you'd be like, I want this for my collection. Like
Okay.
it's that good.
Well, because I mean, I do have like my serious
Yeah, no,
collection
this
too,
this
like my Donnie
yeah.
Brasco's and Goodfellas and all that.
This is up there. One of those like mob, like whatever. It's not as your typical mob movie in a way, but it's a little bit, small
But
town.
it's a good story, and
Yeah,
it's set,
they move
it's
into a
paced
small
well,
town.
and-
It's paced well. Then the fucking Ed Harris finds out he's in this town. You know what I mean? Because of something that happened. It's I'm not gonna go crazy, but yeah, that's
No. I'll see if
it's
I can
fucking
find
good.
it. Even if I can't find it for sale, but I
Yeah.
can watch it.
Yeah,
first,
but I'm
I'll
just
do
saying I would
that.
buy it. It's just straight. It's that good.
Nice.
I just now
What
that I talked about Kevin Bacon real quick, I just want to know what that movie was because he does a movie like a revenge movie, and it's phenomenal and fucking
is it? Recent?
ish. It's in the 2000s, so it got kind of. Well, he was awesome. Yeah, all right. So he was awesome and Super also as the bad guy, Kevin Bacon. That was 2010. He was the bad guy
Okay.
in Super. Super is awesome. That is an underground. That would be a grindhouse. It's bloody, but it's based off of a fake superhero. It's action. It's really good with the guy he's from The Office, I think.
Yeah, Rainn Wilson.
That's really good. But the movie
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah,
It is very good.
So the movie Kevin Bacon did that was fucking badass is called Death Sentence from 2007.
Okay,
It's
I found
fucking
it.
dark. It is good. It's a straight up revenge action murder flick. Like it's something I think we should cover eventually too, because I said it didn't get a big release. It's just totally like a grindhouse.
Would
Like,
you put it up there with like a Death Wish?
yes. I
Okay.
thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic.
Gotta watch it then.
Yeah, it's an action crime drama. It's an hour 45 minutes, but it's just like Death Wish. Shit happens
Yeah.
and he needs to get fucking revenge, but he's just like a regular. He's a regular guy, and it fucking.
Dude, I
yeah.
love revenge movies. Trust me. From I don't care. I Spit on Your Grave and
Yeah.
fucking Last House to fucking the
Yeah.
one I just brought up. God
So
damn
so
it.
Wolfman's picks are A History of Violence and Death Sentence. If you like mobster revenge type movies, like fucking even though History of Violence
And
is a little
if
more mobster.
and
but-
if we're on the topic of mob movies, and obviously you've seen all the big ones, and you've never heard of A Bronx Tale, because like it was on HBO. I don't think it got like a major theater
Yeah.
release. Go watch that fucking movie. God damn it.
yeah, this one Death Sentence is on Cinemax right now. It says.
See, I don't think I have it. What else is on? Does it say?
It's just at Cinemax and other pay channels.
Oh.
So I mean, I didn't click on it. I can click on it real quick before we get out of here. I just saw it was there.
Oh, it's on Hulu. I have Hulu.
Is it? Doesn't say it on here.
It says Hulu subscription. Oh, that's probably the
No,
Cinemax
that's
part.
Cinemax. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
it
it
says
says
Cinemax,
Netflix.
Prime, Amazon Prime Video, DVD.
Hold on, it says it's
Blu-ray.
on Netflix. It is. It's on Netflix right now.
Is it? What,
Oh wait, no, it doesn't say play. It says remind me.
Oh.
What?
What are you
I hate
clicking
when-
on?
Huh?
What are you clicking on?
Well, it said it was on Netflix.
Oh, what
So
on the
I
IMDb thing?
No, I went and Googled.
Oh
that
no, on
sentence.
IMDb when you click on a thing, there's like little dot. It'll tell you it says watch on Cinemax, and then there's little
Oh,
dots
okay.
next so you can click on it, and it shows other shit that it's on, where you can find it. Like this one, it's only on Cinemax or Amazon to rent or buy. And then it says
Okay.
TV listings, so you can watch it on TV. It'll tell you what channel on, I guess probably Comcast or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just Cinemax. So the next airing is Tuesday, May 26th, which is today at 12:55. So it's on right now. It's just
Yeah, it's probably
almost
wrapping
it's
up
almost
right
over.
now.
Yeah. But as we're talking about it, and then Thursday the 28th is the next one at 8:55. But these are all Cinemax though. I think.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Gray.
I'm Wolfman.
Make sure you tune in next week for our review of the original and the remake, and give our opinions on which one we like more of the Crazies.
Yeah. And we would love you a long time if you went and supported us on Patreon. If you want to see us make better videos and more stuff and give you better interviews.
We're getting there.
We're getting
I got
there.
a camera.
I know. We're getting there. All right, everyone. GrindHaus out.
See ya.
Later.